Fucking moves way far over.
I got mine like on the like a little pole.
Are you talking about your camera?
Yeah. Yeah, here, I'll let me turn the light on. I'll send a picture of like how mine's set up. It's weird.
Oh. Okay.
That M14 gun looks good.
I'm back. I'll just send it on Messenger.
Sea of Thieves is coming to Steam. That's cool. Oh, that's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. I just have it set on there. It doesn't move at all. So I said screw it, I'll just leave it up there from now on. Plus, like, since it's up there, the camera's like a little bit further away. It's not like right on my face. Plus, it's like a lot higher than my monitor.
I'd
so.
like mine to be closer, actually. Like if I
See,
could,
I don't like mine being close to me.
I'd want it to be like about like Zach's, about like right here.
Mine's actually
like
not
how
that
far
close.
mine
It's
is.
just, I don't know why, but it's zoomed for some reason. I can't zoom
I know
out.
mine is not zoomed. I'd like to zoom mine in more.
I don't know how it zoomed in. I didn't do it on purpose. And I can't change it back. I don't know how to fix it. It's just zoomed automatically. Do you guys have my stream pulled up?
No,
Not yet.
I was gonna show you guys the Prima Games overlay real
There we
quick.
go. Alright, I got it pulled up.
I turned that the wrong way.
You got it, man.
There we go.
What I like about my computer screen, it'll turn. It's got that rotating base.
Okay, here you go.
Yeah.
That's it right there. The camera goes down in that bottom left corner. It's weird. It's a weird shape, so mine's stretched. But yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm not supposed to have that on there when I'm not streaming under them, so that's why I only wanted to show it for a split second there.
What is it? Is it better this way or is it better turn?
I'd face you. Not that far. I think it needs to be on the other side of your monitor, honestly.
What do you mean
I
by
can't.
that?
I can't move
Your
that.
monitor being right there, it's annoying.
Oh,
I mean, all I have to do
my
is
monitor's
just...
in the way most of the time. I don't have it in the way right now, but most of the time it's like...
Yeah, that's annoying.
I don't know. I watch a lot of streamers where, like, there's weird camera angles and stuff. And plus, people watch Nick Merckx and he's, like, fucking here the whole time when he's streaming. So,
Yeah.
I'm not too worried about it myself.
I'm not too... I mean, I can lower
I'll be
my,
a lot more worried about it when
monitor.
I get a higher definition camera.
Oh
But,
yeah, I
like,
can do that.
right now, with the way my
Yeah.
monitor is, when it's sitting right there, you barely know what it is. You barely notice it. So,
That's how a lot of people do it, where they show their keyboard and mouse.
until he comes in there, like, wearing only underwear, underwear and a shirt one day. Goes to get up for a second. God damn it.
Uh-oh.
I was waiting for the band to hit me. I was like, no.
So skin.
It's funny that you think I wear underwear.
Jesus.
Ball Nation.
I can't hate on it, I guess.
That's better, right there, Tay.
Yeah, that says. I mean, I can turn a little bit more, but you can barely see my monitor. All I have to really do is just lower my monitor a little bit.
Also, I want to get that bed
There
out of
you
the
go.
background. That's why I want to turn everything. Also,
Oh, I just noticed one of the fucking people that I. One of the people that I often think is bots in my chat. They're not in my chat right now, but they are live right now. They stream. They're an actual streamer. They're a person.
Actually, I took my main monitor off my desk mount, and I just put it back on it like its own thing.
okay, so they have done some stuff to this.
To what?
Where we talk.
Where we talk, it lights up green.
Oh yeah.
I don't like that.
I'm not too fucked up about it.
Oh, hey, you can Zach, you don't have to worry about it. You can pop the Discord out now. You can pop the Discord video.
Oh yeah, and you can just do the actual video of it.
Yeah, so you can have the thing up on the other one.
What now?
You can pop
At
the
the
video
bottom
up.
right, you can click pop out, and it'll just take the cameras and shit.
Yeah, you won't see like what we're typing.
You won't see anything we're typing.
It's off to the right.
Bottom right of our actual video part.
It says full screen on mine.
To the left of it, it should say pop out.
Doesn't. It just says full screen.
Oh, maybe you need to update your
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, probably because there's full screen and pop out.
It's probably an update.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Now I'm gonna give you two the warning just so it doesn't happen in the middle of it. There's a new there's a new panel way down below just to make sure people are reading my panels and stuff like that. It says if you use any points during the podcast, I'm not refunding them because they're not gonna work. They're not gonna. I'm not gonna do whatever it is, whether it's change light color, game, or whatever. It won't. I won't unless it's something that specifically just affects the chat down there, like highlighting messages and stuff. I won't honor them, basically.
That's fair, Get to save up some points.
Get to save up some points. I mean, yeah, that works. But, anyways, I gotta set myself up to hear myself. I hate that shit.
Here's a gift for you. YouTube Premium gave me Stadia Pro.
Nice.
I gave you what?
Stadia Pro. I guess it's like a streaming game platform.
Oh, is that the online thing?
The Stadia is the device, but Stadia Pro, I think that's the service that it uses.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Do you have a Stadia?
You don't have to have a Stadia.
Oh, okay.
It's just like a streaming thing. I get play games across screens you own, games on your TV, laptop, desktop, tablets, phones. Ready to go in moments after purchase, and patches are applied in the background. Yeah. So I got one for like 3 months for free for having YouTube Premium.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I got poop.
Uh-oh.
If you got poop, man, go poop now.
I'm going now. I'd be bad.
Ba, 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 ba. Talk, Taylor.
Ba, 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 ba.
There we go. Ba, 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 ba. Talk, Taylor.
Ba, 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 ba.
Plus, since my
Okay.
screen, since I'm playing with my monitor a lot closer, it kind of brightens up my face a little bit more.
Look at this man
So it's
in the
not so
background.
Yeah, I see
You got a little gut on him.
it. Yeah, he needs to lose some weight.
He's putting it on.
I tell you, we need to make him do some crunches and stuff whenever he starts streaming
He
again.
needs to get some points set up.
Yeah. I got some points for him.
I think that's an affiliate thing, though, isn't it? Or can all channels get points? I think it's an affiliate. Maybe not.
I have no idea.
We're gonna do a whole podcast episode sometime. It's just all like an hour, just an hour of us like sitting here like.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
We're gonna do a whole podcast episode one day where we're just chilling, but not talking to each other, and just kind of. How you guys doing? But like no answer, just.
We're just talking to ourselves.
Yeah. Just gonna look over at mine and see. Oh my god! There we go. He put those on his bed back there for the stream to see and the camera to see. Then he left his chair turned.
Yep.
What a damn shame. I guess it's ad time.
An ad. Oh, I gotta leave this crap.
And hey, I like how I see you just sitting there like, and then you double take at the screen like, what the fuck? Who did this?
Yeah. I got Discord on my left screen. I got YouTube in my middle, and I got you on the right.
I need 3.
That's
so
nice.
sad. I'm so sad I don't have 3.
I hardly ever use my third one really. If I like what I've been doing is I'll play games on my middle one. I'll have Streamlabs on my right one. Then I'll have Discord up on my left one.
I'm only gonna use 2 monitors if I can get one of those ultra wide gaming monitors, because I'll just have the game in the middle of that or on the side of that, because it's technically multiple monitors built into one, the ultra wide. When you open up a game, it doesn't take the whole screen. So I'll probably have like the game or whatever in the middle of that, then the chat on one of those sides, and then whatever else I'm doing on my other monitor. But I'll use that one for gaming, I'll probably have chat on this monitor right here and flip it above. Hey, I'm almost to fucking 7,000 views, bro.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting when I hit my 2K. I didn't even know it until Bretta said something. He was like, "Hey, you're about to hit 2K." I was like, "What?" Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's a little disheartening, I'm not gonna lie, because that means out of 7,000 people looking at me, coming and checking me out, only 421 liked me. So it's kind of low numbers there.
I need to get another what do you call it? You know how like I have my like be right back sign and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of want to get another one, that way I can like have it where it's custom, that way if someone follows, it pops up like a custom follow thing or a sub and
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Those are expensive.
Yeah, I noticed there was a few of them that I like. If you go to Streamlabs, then you go to like
look at their stuff.
yeah, they have a few of them that I like.
Yeah.
That you just had to be like
Prime.
like Prime whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking I could just Prime for like 1 month or whatever, get what I wanted, then just unprime.
Hey, I'm 0.03k hours away. So I guess 3 hours. 3 hours away from 2,000 hours total streamed.
Oh yeah. How you look that up?
I'm looking at my achievements. Then I've streamed in the last 30 days 163.4 hours.
Then your settings, no.
No, you go to dashboard, click dashboard and insights. It's achievements.
Welcome everyone to the Darksky Gaming Podcast.
Insights, achievements.
How's your shit?
Ooh, sweat.
Is it just on the path to partner?
What are you trying to look
No,
at?
no, down below that. You go down to the in progress ones, and
Oh, stream 1,000 hours.
no, mine is 2,000. I've already gotten past 1,000 one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm at 972 hours streamed.
Nice, you're close.
Yeah, I'm about to hit my 1,000 hour.
Oh yeah, I guess that's what it would be at this point. Yeah, I got 3 hours to go before I hit 2,000 hours total.
My path to partner says I have 115 hours, and I only need 25.
Yeah, my
And it says I need to stream on 12 different days, and I've streamed on 21.
Yeah, mine says 163 hours out of
Definitely
25.
put the time in.
Yeah, and then 29 days out of 12.
Oh, I'm at for my average viewers, I'm at 3.38.
I'm at
So I'm over my
3.26.
I'm at 2.69.
Almost there. Getting there. Oh, you got some water?
I guess my highest view count ever was 37.
I'm
King
Hilliard. I'm about to drink this water.
On the People Know Me achievement, which is have
God,
50
I
viewers at the
wouldn't do
same
that.
time, mine is 37 out of 50. So I guess I had 37 viewers at once at some point.
I've streamed for 258 hours.
That's a lot more than I was going to give you, to be honest. I didn't know that you had even streamed that much.
No, you remember I used to stream fucking every day for like
For a
7
few
hours
days?
straight.
No.
For a few days. No, for like months in a row.
Yeah, I probably could already hit my 1,000 if I wouldn't have slacked off there for a little while.
Yeah. Okay. I guess let's start this shindig.
That's racist.
Shindig? Hold on, my eye itches. I don't want to start and have to sit here and scratch my eye for 10 minutes. Touching my face, guys. Can't get the Rona.
Uh-oh.
Rona,
Rona, is that you?
I say that I was out at Walmart today, but I
What?
washed my hands. I washed my hands since then.
You went to Walmart?
Yeah, I went to Walmart.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
You got it.
Yeah, I kind of hate that. Mom has to go to Walmart a lot for her job.
Okay. Well,
They did give her the essential thing though, so she says she's good on that.
I don't think she's-
They let a lot of the teachers go though, so a lot of the teachers won't be there anymore until this passes.
Shoot, Arkansas may be on like complete lockdown pretty soon.
Yeah, it's
be
only like
fair-
us and like 2 other states who are not locked down yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be fair,
Freaking crazy.
the amount of people that have it in Arkansas at this point, we should have probably already been.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, you remember Doc, Dad's boss or whatever?
Talking
He's
to me?
Yeah, he's talking to you. I don't know any of his
Oh.
Yeah.
family's people.
Oh, you know the hose doctor?
Yeah.
Well, he's an actual doctor or whatever. He said he treated his first coronavirus patient today. It was some pregnant chick. They had to do a C-section to get the baby out.
Oh, I
Damn.
heard about that actually today.
Yeah, he's my dad's boss is the one who did it.
Yeah, she had to have an
Freaking crazy.
emergency C-section because they couldn't treat her with the baby.
Yeah.
So they had
Jesus.
to take the baby
So
out
that's
before they could
nutty.
treat her. Yeah.
I think I don't know which hospital he works at.
Yeah. I wasn't worried about it at first because, like you were saying, it wasn't affecting a whole lot of young people.
Yeah,
But
it's
recently
starting
I've
to
seen
is
it.
lately.
now.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of videos on Twitter recently of young people. I guess young people trying to make other young people, you know,
Yeah. Younger people have been getting hit with it lately.
yeah. I
Fucking
guess.
dude, New York is going through the goddamn roof.
Oh yeah, yeah. New
Yeah.
York is insane. Well, that's because they're all fucking
Yeah.
compacted
All right,
in
but
there.
think about this. You know, New York, there's like fucking the Bronx, and then there's all the poorer
Oh
parts
yeah,
of New
yeah.
York.
There's a lot of poor parts too
There's
that are
like
just squished
over
together.
200 cases in each section, and like in Manhattan and all the higher end places, there's only like 40.
Jesus.
So
Yeah.
I mean, that just tells you where all the respirators. You know, they flew in like a whole plane load of doctors and shit to New York to treat that shit.
Yeah.
And they've got like every respirator in the fucking U.S. up there. I mean, they got
Yeah,
everything
that's
up there.
insane.
Yeah.
And
Well, I
and
mean,
some
that's the thing though,
place,
because it
and
has
like
like the coronavirus, but then the second batch or the coronavirus's cousin is like going through now.
yeah, and then
So we
like
have like two different ones.
Chicago, they have turned the hockey rink and shit into like converted them into morgues. That's how much people they're expecting to like die
Yeah.
from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's pretty
they're
crazy at
talking
this
about
point.
you know, they've talked a few times about martial law. Last couple of times martial law got put in place that also had like mass graves and they like where they would just bury them all in the hole, burn all the bodies in the hole and bury it because that's a good way to kill it and make sure it stays dead. So,
Yeah, I like
which
to see
I'm not-
martial law me.
I'm not well. I'm not all. I'm not too worried about burials and stuff because literally burials we are only created to sell coffins, so and to disinfect. The only reason we bury our dead is either religious purposes to disinfect because leaving a dead body out here is not good for our health, or then using coffins and stuff like that is created by a
Dude, I just
soul
told mom
industry
and dad, I
for
was like, if I ever go, just fucking give me a Viking barrel. I don't fucking care.
it.
I was like, I'm dead at that point. Who cares?
Oh yeah,
I was
I don't
like,
care
send me
either.
on a bubble.
I think
I
it's
don't
also
buy.
more of like a respect thing.
I don't think so.
Yeah, but hey, I want to go out in style. You know what I'm saying?
The
Hey,
only reason I think
fucking light me up.
it's seen as a respect thing is because literally if you can research this too, there was a whole marketing thing back in the 1800s 1900s from industries making coffins and shit like that were saying show your dead the respect they deserve, buy them a coffin today and bury them and blah blah blah.
Well, that may be true, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, but I'm not
If
going to sit
people
there and
didn't-
fall for something and act like I respect the dead just because of a company wanting me to because they marketed correctly 200 years ago. Like, that
you're
doesn't mean
saying
it's
you wouldn't,
respectful.
like,
That means
respect your dad.
if my if my dad dies, my father dies, I respect him, but he's dead. I don't care what happens to
Okay.
his body after that. I mean, he doesn't either. So
Well, if he doesn't, that's different. I mean, if he's like, hey, when I die, just put me in an urn, you know. But
I mean, if they want something specific, yeah, sure.
I mean,
Me,
yeah, I
I
guess
don't
if
give
they
a-
want something specific,
well, I think
yeah,
that's the gist of it. I mean, if nobody says it, I mean, my grandpa and my uncle both passed away in less than a year, and both of them were cremated. I'm
Yeah,
not
but-
saying that you have to do it, or I'm not
Yeah.
saying that just because you don't mean you respect them. But I'm saying if they want to, I'd say,
I'd
do
say, I think it's just dying out quickly as that being a sign of respect in general because like 90% of people I've talked to don't care what happens to their body after they're dead. So I think that's quickly going out the window because it should. Just like rings. You shouldn't have a ring when you get married. Literally no one ever had rings when they got married till about the 1850s.
it. Oh yeah, I mean that's bullshit. I mean I know that, but
A whole
I don't
bunch
know.
of stuff happened in the 1800s and 1900s that changed our way of living, and now everybody thinks that's the way to live.
It's like the
And
same
it's
thing
stupid.
with like diamond rings and stuff.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
It's fucked.
Yeah.
Now we have to spend a lot of money on a ring.
Yeah, I don't believe in any of that stuff.
You don't have
I
to
think
spend a
it's
lot of
stupid.
money on it.
You don't have to, but
I think you shouldn't need a
know,
symbol
hey,
of love if your
that's what
love
a
is
girl
strong.
wants, I guess.
If you respect the person and you truly love the person,
I just do
I
it to
don't
flex how much money I got.
I mean
Hey, there
that
you
works. If you want to do that, I can't hate on that. But the symbolism and everything like that.
I actually
that
bought
people,
a cheaper ring than I was going to.
I don't know. I mean, I'd buy a nice one, but nothing that's gonna break me.
No.
Yeah.
Something
the one I
that at
bought
least
was like-
looks good, you
The
know.
one I bought, I think, was like 1,700.
Yeah, see, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with
Yeah,
that.
that's not as bad as some people going fucking.
The one I was looking
way
at
out of the way.
before, I switched, was like
What's up,
27.
Alien? All right. Anyways. Hey guys,
welcome to the Darksky podcast.
welcome to the Dark Sky Gaming Podcast. Today, we're doing another genre-based episode. We're not getting the shit scared out of us. We're not shooting anybody. Today, we're leveling up. We're talking about RPG games. Welcome.
Boop, 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 boop.
He always times that just a little early, so it still cuts me off.
Eric, be
the
quiet
sound.
real quick. Boop, 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 boop.
Okay, well,
Hey,
it already
just add
happened
it.
though. It's already
You
happened.
can add it. Or just keep
Too
it in there. Why you gotta keep cutting it out?
I don't cut it out. What I'm saying is it just cuts me off. Like I'm like, and welcome, and then like in the middle of welcome.
Well, also, to me, it's not. It's you're not cut off. I mean, it may be.
yeah, I
the
guess
same.
there's probably a little delay.
Yeah, there's like a half-second delay or something.
Anyways, welcome guys. Last episode was all about horror games and horror experiences and stuff like that.
Dirty.
We expanded.
horror.
We expanded upon that because of, horror movies and stuff like that are a big thing as well. So we went into movies and books and stuff like that. But yeah, last episode was horror experiences. In this episode, we're talking about role-playing games. Now, what does role-playing games mean?
Ooh,
Well-
bedroom, sexy stuff.
We're not just doing
yeah.
role-playing games. We're doing ARPGs, MMORPGs, isometric RPG, whatever else RPGs there are that we can talk about and that we like, we're going to talk about them.
This ain't your run-of-the-mill in the bedroom, fancy doctor, sexy nurse. This is RuneScape. Wow, Final Fantasy.
I was wondering what the fuck where he was going with that. Goddamn. But yeah, like RuneScape, Final Fantasy, Elder Scrolls, all the way to things like Divinity and Pillars of Eternity,
Escape from Tarkov.
Diablo, Escape from Well,
He's like, escape. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
you almost had me too. I was like, Escape from. I mean, I guess it has a few.
No,
RPG
it does not
elements.
at all.
Yeah, because you level up your stamina and stuff, don't you?
Yeah, but that's not really.
Yeah, I
wouldn't
mean,
really
it's
count
not
that as
super
RPG.
It's just- you
It
level
ain't
something
role
up.
playing at all.
Well, if you get really serious about it, it might be. You could have one of those voice mods that sounds like a walkie-talkie talking to your friend over the field surviving. I
Like
don't know.
Stone Mountain.
But that would be more just regular role playing. I feel like.
Yeah, that would not be a role playing game. That would just be. That's when you get into the bedrooms part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Valion, mother's about to call you because I bumped the call and she can't call my wife, so she's gonna call you probably. But anyways,
Got him.
I'm not gonna answer the call in the middle of this. But anyways, so yeah, we're talking RPGs. First of all, what was your guys' first experience with RPGs? Let's start with Bearded.
RuneScape,
RuneScape. That was really your
Huh.
first?
dude. Yeah, I didn't play a lot of RPGs. I played a lot of racing games and shooting games when I was younger. But
Yeah.
I remember going to the Boys and Girls Club in like 4th, 5th, 6th grade, and getting in the computer room and just hopping on some RuneScape and playing for like 2 hours.
What about you, Symphus?
Oh yeah, RuneScape was my first.
Really? Damn.
Yep,
That's weird.
back
to me.
on the old dial-up. Woo.
Yeah. I mean, I
Yep.
played RuneScape back in the day on the old dial-up internet.
That'd be my first one. And you know how I found out about RuneScape? was I was at school and we had a book fair back in like second or third grade, and there was a RuneScape book guide on like how to like play it and everything like that.
Oh,
And I found it. I was like, oh, that's interesting. So when I went home that day, I looked RuneScape up, and sure enough, it was just a free game to play. I mean, you could be a subscriber or whatever, but at the time, I mean, it was like my first like online computer game. So
yeah.
I was like, oh, I'll try it. Fell in love with it. Then played that for a little bit. Then eventually I tried out World of Warcraft. Then I kind of bounced back and forth until I just kind of stuck with RuneScape.
Yeah. Why'd you like RuneScape so much? Like, what made that the one that you fell in love with?
It was just I don't. It was like my like OG. It was like the first
It's
game I started
easy.
with.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it was
mean, it's
super
easy
fun.
for kids to play, to learn to play. It's just easy.
Yeah. Then
Yeah.
eventually I figured out I could trick people to go into wildy, kill them, and take their stuff.
Shit.
That was
Did it.
great. Yeah, because like I mean, back in the day, I mean, little kids would get on, and it wasn't popular enough to like people wouldn't know. I mean, of course, if you clicked on the ditch, it would say warning, like you could die or something like that. But I would just tell them, yeah, there's like a lot of monsters here that drop really good stuff, and they would follow me out of the back. I'd kill them, take their stuff,
What a
go back
damn
to
fiend.
Lumbridge and do the same thing, and find another low level to do it too.
Jesus Christ, man, you're a menace.
100 gold. Looking for a girlfriend. 100 gold.
Hey, don't
Love you, babe. See you later.
don't knock that, man. That's the first time I ever like flirted with a chick on the internet. I was like fucking, I don't know what, Valiant in the
I
chat
never
knows.
trusted it.
I was like fucking 7 years old probably, and I didn't give like, it wasn't one of the ones where it's like, give your account to me and we can, I can give you my details. It wasn't anything like that. It wasn't a, it was more of a catfish than just, them trying
Oh,
to
yeah, yeah.
deceive
I know
me on anything else. But it was fucking, that was the first internet experience I ever had, like flirting with some chick online.
Yeah.
I forgot the name of the character or whatever, but I was running around, and this is back before I had created Zenith Darksky, because Zenith Darksky, the first game I ever used it on was RuneScape. The first name that I've used before Zenith Darksky was one that I created because my brother had created one that was something I can't remember, but my name was Onaga Mythos or Mythos, but
Unagi.
but I so anyways, old Onaga was running around super low level doing his thing, and I started flirting on some chick. She offered to help me, and she helped me learn some, I don't know, campfire stuff like fucking cooking and shit. And then she was about to get off, and I was like, wait, you want to be my friend? And blah, blah, blah. And anyways, and then we spent like another 30, 40 minutes of me just trying to like flirt with this chick. Not really flirt, but it was like, I guess the best a little kid was going to do.
Chick.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. But,
Have y'all
don't knock
seen-
it, man.
Have y'all seen that these people they make videos, put them on Facebook? They're like British people, and he's like, that's where I get that thing off of. He's standing around, and they make a bunch of like RPG videos and stuff, and they make PUBG videos.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
like real life stuff. And he's like looking for girlfriend. He's like 1,000 gold for a girl. He's like, look, real life girlfriend. And this guy comes up and he's like, I'll be your girlfriend. He's like, oh yeah. He's like, what do you look like? He's like, short, skinny, blonde hair, big tits. And he's like, oh, you sound sexy. He's like, send me a picture. And he like sends a picture, and it says it's got the freaking like copyright stuff in the background where you through the picture. He's like, oh, he's like, you're real hot, and all this fucking shit, dude.
What's crazy is
fucking
though
kills
that
me.
people that play those MMOs, like RuneScape and WoW and Final Fantasy, they actually some of them actually find like other people and like get
Oh,
married
yeah.
and stuff. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
I
Yeah.
know a girl that I went to high school with. She lives in Texas now, but she met her boyfriend that she's dating now, who lives in Chicago, from Final Fantasy VII.
Final Fantasy 7? You mean 11? 11 was the
Uh,
first Final Fantasy MMO. 14 is the other one.
Oh well, then maybe it's 14. I don't know. Whichever one was the
Yeah.
MMO one.
Yeah.
She met him on there, and she flies down there every once in a while. I think they're actually about to move in together.
It seems like that happens a lot with Final Fantasy 14 specifically. I don't know what it is. I guess it's because you can get married on the game. Like you can there's a marriage ceremony and stuff and everything you can make your characters do. You get to share a little house thing on there and all kinds of stuff. Like there's bonuses to getting married on Final Fantasy 14. And I don't know if that's why, but it seems like I've seen more of that with Final Fantasy 14 than with WoW or RuneScape. Although the first time I ever heard of it was back on World of Warcraft. But
Yeah, I seen someone actually made a video about how like they met on WoW and like their first time meeting, and they like he recorded everything.
Yeah, my wife.
It's a little weird, but
Yeah, no, it is kind of strange. I'm not gonna lie, it is kind of strange, but I think it's just because it's still taboo, I guess, in our day and age. Like it's still weird to us right
I
now.
mean, I'd be down with it as long as I know they're a real person.
Yeah, but like like 50 years in the future when VR is crazy and we have VR MMOs and stuff, I assume it's gonna happen all the fucking time. But
Yeah, that's some dude did he did the VR chat thing,
yeah,
and he actually flew like some girl down because like he made a goal like if they donated so much like he would fly her down, so they ended up flying her down and everything.
Yeah.
They met.
Yeah, I mean, I think the further we get on the internet, the more that's going to be a normal thing. It won't be weird. So I don't.
Oh, yeah.
I try not to act like it's weird right now, but it still is. It's just, I think in the future it definitely won't be.
I think it's always gonna be weird.
Really, you think so?
Yeah.
Why do you think that?
Because I think it's just weird. I guess I don't know.
It's weird right now because we think it's weird. Is what I'm saying. 50 years in the future when VR is crazy and stuff, I feel like that'll be happening all the time. In fact, that'll probably be happening more that way than real life. Maybe. I don't know. That might be farther in the future than I'm thinking. I don't know.
Ready Gamer 1
Ready Player One?
or Player 1. Yeah, this after seeing that big fat dude, he freaking dressed as that woman.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
like, well,
It's for
take
the
your pants off.
like
And
he's
dipping
controlling like
fucking-
real people.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's dipping like his waffle in some syrup,
Yeah.
and he's like,
Yeah.
Oh, you're
God,
talking
that's
about Gamer.
disgusting.
Ready
Yeah.
Player
No,
One.
no,
is-
no.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it is. Different one. My bad.
Yeah.
Gamer's the one with Gerard Butler.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's pretty crazy.
That's a pretty good movie.
I'm sure that's gonna happen. I'm sure there's gonna be plenty of that too. But
That'd be some like next level technology because you're like
Yeah.
controlling people.
yeah,
Like you're selling your body pretty much for someone else to control at the time.
exactly.
It's freaking crazy.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that. I have a problem. I like to be in control of everything about me. I don't
Yeah.
like.
What the fuck are
weird.
you doing?
No, it's more of people like in that. It's more people who are like in prison than trying to get out of prison.
Yeah,
Well, I
they're-
mean, yeah, they have that, but
Yeah, you could pay.
that
like,
fat
you
dude
could
was
pay for
controlling
it.
a real girl because
Oh
she needed
yeah,
money.
that's right. Yeah.
So that's how she makes
Yeah.
her money.
And
It's
what
like
was
the
ridiculous is
next
It's like-
generation of prostitutes.
yeah,
Yeah,
It-
pretty much.
that's
I
what
mean,
I was
that'd
about
be
to.
fine, but a fat, like some weird
Yeah.
fat guy is controlling her. He's gonna be watching the whole thing. That's a little weird.
See, that's what's crazy to me is instead of okay, I am a girl. I need money. I don't want to prostitute. Like I don't want to be a prostitute. So I instead sell my body to be controlled through this VR thing, and he goes and makes me a prostitute. So it's like you should have just been a prostitute. What the what the hell? But I guess
Yeah,
it's less
maybe they
illegal
make more
when someone
money
else
that
is
way.
doing it.
That's another thing I think of. Maybe they either made more money or it's some kind of contract.
Yeah, like rules were different on prostitution when someone else is doing it through you. When it's a service
Yeah.
through another service. But
When it's videotaped, it's just porn.
That's how you
God
get
damn
away
it.
with it.
I mean, hey, I guess you're not wrong. But
I'm not wrong. That's 100% true.
So is MMORPGs like all your guys' experience with RPGs, or have you guys played some single player RPGs or even multiplayer that just aren't MMOs?
I mean, like Skyrim and stuff.
Yeah, like Skyrim and Final Fantasy
Oh
and
shoot, we played the shit
Yeah,
out of
we've got a lot of Skyrim.
Pokemon.
Yeah, I
Pokemon's
played a lot of Pokemon in high school.
Yeah, I
I got
played
a
a lot.
I didn't do a lot of work because of Pokemon in high school.
Yeah. Oh man, we could have it like on our computers and stuff. So we'd be playing Pokemon
You get a
while like we're supposed
Game
to be
Boy
learning.
Advance simulator, and we
Yeah.
played.
Dude, I did
Pokemon
not learn
Fire.
anything that senior year.
Played Pokemon
I played
Red.
Pokemon every single
Oh,
class.
dude, I had like a full leveled out, like level 70 Charizard, and beat the final 5 with just my Charizard.
Goddamn.
It was crazy, like, cause like we're all sitting in the back or whatever, and the teacher's up front, so you can literally see everybody else playing Pokemon and like other games,
Everybody's
not paying attention to like class at all.
Goddamn. At my school, the teacher could see most of the computers from where she was sitting, so we weren't so lucky. But my senior year, I had like 3 classes to take for credits, so I had WoW downloaded onto one of the computers, and like with her permission, I needed the admin password to even install it on the computer because of our network, and she let me do it, and I played WoW on like the lowest settings on a fucking iMac
Yeah.
computer, and was just grinding WoW in my senior year, which is probably the most grinding I've ever done in senior year. Or in World of Warcraft specifically.
I think the first thing I did when I got that laptop is I covered up the camera. That was like the first thing I did. I was like, I don't
Oh
want
yeah,
to
because
Yeah,
they had
yeah.
Skype,
Sneaking up
dude.
on
I
me.
used to Skype all kinds of bitches in school.
Jesus Christ. Oh,
Oh,
he didn't slay that puss in real life. He did it over
Oh no,
Skype.
I did.
Damn.
It's okay, man. In the future, it'll be over VR, so don't worry about it.
I mean,
But,
hell, I mean, I sent you that video where like you can finally like kind of feel where you get touched at now,
Yeah,
like
that's
on your
crazy.
arm and like chest and everything.
Yeah, and then they've already had
crazy.
ones that were like pain and stuff like that like zapped you and stuff. Like you put on like electric suit.
I
and
don't
you had
want
different
that one.
pads, and you
I
put them
fucking-
on
I
your
do.
arms, and it would
That'd be
like zap
sick.
you if you got
I
shot.
just want to feel a girl grab my junk or something, you know.
They have that
Oh,
too.
it's definitely gonna get to
I
that
know. I'm
point.
just saying I don't want to get shot.
They have those too in Japan specifically. I think you can get them over here too. I'm sure you can.
There's ones you can get.
Yeah, it's like a
these
flashlight
toys.
basically that you put on your
You
your
put it on
neck.
there, and then there's another one where a girl has the other half of it,
Yeah,
and then when she's using it,
they
it
can
does the same
control
thing
it.
to you at the same. It's like
Oh, that's
Bluetooth
pretty-
together or
That's
something.
pretty crazy. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
I found that out on a VR chat. Somebody was talking about it,
The world's a
and that's
wonderful
how
place.
they became
Yeah,
like a
me
couple.
too.
This is the world I want to live in, guys. Other people are like, I should have been born 10 years earlier or 50 years in the future. No, this right here.
Mhm.
This is the time
See,
to be
I
Now
wish I was
is
born just
the
a little
time.
bit like a few years earlier.
earlier.
That
Why
way I could
earlier?
have had some stuff ready up. That way, because I mean, Twitch and everything was popping off when I was in school, and it was hard to. If I would have had a job at the time, then I could just get a computer and started
Oh.
streaming.
Yeah, sometimes I think about it and wish I could just go back in time knowing what I know now. Even if it was just like to when I was 16 years old or so. And, because I don't know how many times my fucking parents asked me if we wanted to move. And I was the only reason we stayed. Because I kept being like, my friends are here, my friends are here. And that's true, they were there. But that didn't mean I didn't have to lose contact with them. But for some reason in my head, I thought it did. So I was like, we're not going to talk to each other anymore if we move away. And that's obviously not true, but I thought it was. So if I would have taken them up...
that was a pretty big part because I moved in 6th grade.
Yeah. So
Or I moved 7th grade, and like I left all my friends behind.
Yeah.
But I mean,
But-
of course, if I wouldn't have done that, I wouldn't have met Wally and
Yeah.
Dylan and all them. So I
See,
mean, I'm glad I moved at the same time. But at the
Yeah,
same
no,
time,
I'm
I
the
always
same.
wondered what would have happened if I didn't move.
And
It's
in
crazy.
9th grade, I almost moved back.
Yeah, that'd
but
have
I
been
did
crazy.
not.
But see, either way, knowing what I know now, and I had a cell phone at the point, like 15, 16. I had one way before that, but 15 or 16, I had a cell phone. So I'd keep in contact with my friends. So I kind of wish that I would have
Wow.
that I could go
You
back.
do, but you don't.
Yeah, like all my friends back from Dover, I haven't kept up much with them anymore.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
I mean,
Ever
I have
since
friends
I-
that
ever
moved
since I
away.
Find out who your real friends are whenever you leave.
Yeah, it's
I
like
mean-
like I don't talk to anybody back from Dover anymore.
Yeah, but I don't know. I have friends that moved in fucking elementary that I talk to now. So I don't know. I wouldn't been too worried, but if I could fucking do it, man, I would. All right.
Yeah, I would
That's
definitely
it
go
with this
back.
episode of the Darksky.
No,
No. Go on with what you were saying.
Yeah, I would definitely want to go back to when I was like 16. Like, still like moved to Pottsville and
Mm.
went to school there,
Just
but
focused more on.
know that Twitch and stuff was coming up,
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
instead of like spending all my money on like Xbox and everything, got a PC that could actually rent. Our internet was good enough to do Twitch easy.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
It was
See,
just I
that's
didn't
why I
have a
have to
PC
move.
that could do it. My
We still
PC
had
was too bad.
we still had Sunlink and everything.
That's why I
Yeah,
would
my
have
my
had to
PC
have
was
moved.
just like some like $500-$600 computer
Yeah.
that could barely run games.
Hmm.
So that's my
Either
own fault.
way.
I should have just got a better computer,
Yeah.
but instead I rushed it. I had some money on me. I sold my Xbox, and I was like, all right, this is enough to get a PC that I found that was pre-built. And I shouldn't have
It
done
was
that. I should
well,
have just waited.
it was good. I mean, it was good for a few years.
Yeah, at the time, yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
But then I started like trying to do PUBG and stuff like that, and frames were just not good on PUBG, and I
Yeah.
couldn't stream it, and so that was my own fault. I probably should have saved up a little bit more money and got a better
Yeah.
PC. That's my
So-
own fault though.
Back to RPGs. What's what about RPGs do you guys like? What's your favorite feature of RPGs? Is it just
I always like
leveling?
the grinding.
The grinding?
The grinding was my favorite part on RPGs, but at the same time, I think now that I'm older, like I don't. The
Yes.
grinding is just not as fun anymore.
No.
So I've kind of left
It
RPGs.
consumes a lot of time that you don't have. It's fun when you're a teenager because you have no time and you can
Yeah,
can
just
drop
come
that.
back from school and just
You have a
play
lot of
games all day.
time.
Yeah, or that's what I meant. You have a lot of time.
Then you had
and
summer
just
break, no
fucking-
job, no nothing. Just
Yeah.
play games all summer.
Yeah.
Dude, we
Exactly.
played a lot of RuneScape in high school.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Friggin', I'm sure we've told this story before on here, but man, we used to have summer practices of football,
Oh
And
man, that was
stay up literally all night playing RuneScape, and then be like, all right, man, I'll see you at football practice in 20 minutes,
Yeah.
and then we
Oh dude.
leave
I-
at 7 o'clock in the morning, go to football
almost died.
practice, and about have a damn heart attack from
Yeah.
wrestling.
At that point, we're already up for over 24 hours. Then we're at football practice on a hot summer day, running a mile.
Mm.
Yeah, doing it. Oh, dude, that was the worst decision I ever made. I never again.
Yeah. Did you? So, if grinding didn't carry over into today's time, is it still grinding that you like about RPGs? Now that you've thought about it for a second.
At this point, I'm more into like equipment and stuff like that. Like cool
gear?
looking swords, cool looking armor, like just making your dude look
Yeah.
badass at that point. That's where I'm at.
I think that's a
But
very.
you had to grind to get to it.
I'm glad you said that about gear because I think that's a very overlooked thing in RPGs because it's kind of, for a while at least, it was looked down upon to care about graphics or the look of your character or anything like that. People, especially with RPGs, people were like, I don't really care if, my character looks cool. I want to be powerful and I want to be this character because that's what role-playing is all about and blah, blah, blah. But something I've been super into in RPGs, as long as I've fucking ever played them, was back when I was playing like Champions and Norath back in the day, the Realms of EverQuest game. It had a paper doll inventory system, which is like Diablo's inventory system. You got the big grid thing, you put things up there, and you can equip those. And they actually go on your character, and they actually change your appearance. The original name for that was a paper doll inventory system. But it's that's the type of shit that I was always into. I was like, I want to get cool gear and do the role playing and all that, but I really want to look fucking badass. And
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I've always been
Yeah.
pretty proud of saying it. Like, I've never shied away from, no, I want my character to look cool. Like, I don't care about the other things. I care about leveling and looking cool and being powerful.
Yeah,
It's, it's almost like the same way. Like I kind of get that feel with Divinity 2 right now, because now I have like this huge ass sword.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
The body armor and stuff like that. I mean, it's all right.
Yeah,
But
being
now I'm just trying
being
to
an
go cool.
elf, you don't get a lot of all their stuff's kind of more flowery and nature stuff. I don't like it too much, but
Yeah,
that's the one
I just
thing
wanna
about
look
Divinity
like
that I
a
liked,
beast.
or not Divinity, but Diablo that I liked a lot.
Yeah,
Is
exactly.
that you can
Diablo does
transmog all your stuff and make it look however the hell you want.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was like one of the best parts. Same thing with World of Warcraft. You can get transmogs and stuff and turn your equipment and transmog it into like other stuff.
Yeah.
That was always my favorite part. Like graphics and stuff, I was never too worried about because again, I played an old RPG called Cable.
Yeah.
Cable Online, and they did come out with Cable 2.
Cabal?
Yeah, Cabal. I did play the second one, but the first one, like the armor just looks so much cooler. I don't know. It just always looked better, but at the same time, it was old, but your weapons and armor still look badass. So that's I like till today I still play it every now and then. I'll jump on.
I'll say this till the day I die: a cool ass sword looks just as good pixelated as it does in high def. It looks better in high def, but damn, it sure looks cool still.
Oh yeah, man! Freaking long ass, big ass, fucking anime swords you gotta drag on the ground because they're so fucking heavy.
Like that Final Fantasy type shit with the swords.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of which, fucking 7 days till the Final Fantasy VII remake. We've talked about the Final Fantasy VII and stuff on here, so I'm not gonna like hit that super long. But that's the one thing that I wish Final Fantasy did in all of its games. Is
that
they
one's
don't
not
do,
multiplayer, is it?
No, 7 isn't. But the one thing I wish they did was none of them except for 11, the MMO, and 14, which is an MMO. Those are the only two, and 15. 15 you can get clothes and gear that changes your appearance, but those three are the only ones that let you fucking change your appearance, like depending on your gear and stuff. And it pisses me off, dude. Like,
see, that's probably
they always change your weapon, but just not your clothes and stuff for some reason. They won't change your actual armor. They just change your fucking your sword or whatever you're using, and that's cool. But damn it, I want to look cool, dude, while I'm holding that big sword.
See, that's a big thing. Probably one of my pet peeves with RPG games is that some of them, you know, like WoW and stuff, to really get, I'd say, like, really good weapons and stuff, you have to buy them. It's hard to find them anywhere.
Oh, like you go to the market and stuff and buy them?
Yeah, like buy them on the market. Like with Diablo, everything you find is just stuff you find on the ground, and I like not having to freaking grind for money and to pay for everything. I'd rather grind and kills and pick it up.
Yeah.
Here's this one.
That is something that I'm really big.
Like
Cabal Online. Yeah.
Like,
yeah, that looks badass.
It's a little bit older version, but man, he has like two like lit up swords. He has wings on the back. The armor I don't care too much about, but
this still looks kind of cool. It looks like edgy cool.
Yeah. But, you'll definitely have to try it out sometime.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Cool. We've talked about it before. Me and you just personally have talked about it before, and I think we looked into it. I don't know if the servers are offline nowadays or something. Or
it's on Steam now, I think.
Oh, okay. We couldn't get it the way you used to be able to get it or something, so we thought we could play it. But
yeah, you play it on Steam now.
Yeah, but see, that's why I prefer single player RPGs. That is one thing I prefer about them over MMOs and stuff like that and multiplayer. Is because of MMOs and stuff. Now they have this thing where it's like you got to raid or you have to do these specific things for the cool.
Yeah, you have to have like a 30-man, 60-man, and it's like it takes forever to like get all like 30, 60 people online, and
exactly.
It's just too time consuming.
Single player is super linear, so obviously at the end of the line near the boss, that's where the best gear is going to be. But still, you have that feeling of like true progression the whole time you go through it. Where in an MMO, if I want the best sword right off the bat, of course I'm going to have to grind to the gear level or whatever and use it. But I could buy it super early game if I fucking grind and get the gold somehow, and it's fine. But not with single player games.
Expensive.
With single player games, you have to you go through, and as you level up and get stronger and make it through these other levels and stuff, you find better gear. You just find it and you use it, and that's how you get the better gear. And then you're the boss.
That's what I like.
Exactly. And by the time you're to the boss, you have this badass looking gear. Just everything's badass about you, and you're on high level on top of that. and you can kick that fucking boss's ass, no problem. And it's fantastic. So I think I think that's kind of the reason why I'm always gonna prefer like single player RPGs, but I do like multiplayer and MMOs and stuff like that for sure. That's one thing I do like about Final Fantasy XIV over World of Warcraft, and you could do this in World of Warcraft too, but it feels more rewarding in Final Fantasy if you grind as like, you know, because you don't have, there's no limit to classes or anything you can do on one character on Final Fantasy XIV. You pick your character, and you literally, the only thing that changes your class is you pick up a different weapon or you equip a different weapon, and it changes your gear.
Yeah.
And now, obviously, certain classes can only wear certain gear, so there's that. But I can change to a high level. What are they called in there? A tailor, I guess, whatever they're called, and make some sick ass mage robes, and then get them enchanted too, or whatever it's called on there. It's all different words for it, but it's basically the same. Make some high level gear and enchant it on myself, and it feels more rewarding on there to do it than on World of Warcraft, because you can do that on WoW too, but it doesn't feel rewarding to it. But for some reason on Final Fantasy it does, because you can.
Do they have a buying system thing on Final Fantasy?
They do. They do have a market where you can buy stuff, but the money, unless you're crafting and selling stuff on the market, the money's a lot harder to come by to get.
So it's
that
more
super high level gear.
Most of it's like shit you find out while you're doing raids and shit.
Oh yeah, almost anything you can buy in the market you could find in the game.
Oh,
like anywhere.
We may have to look at getting.
I'm telling you, man, I've been trying to talk Taylor into it for years, bro. It's just, it feels like a much more rewarding game. When things die, it feels
100% agree with you.
And I don't know. But to go back to it, I think that would be my favorite thing about RPGs too, just to rein it back in, would be gear. Grinding second still, because I'm still pretty big into grinding, because I play things like Monster Hunter, and you have to grind to get the really cool gear on there. You might have to kill one monster 2 or 3 times to actually get the full set. Or sometimes, if it's like a really high level monster and really high level gear for him, sometimes he might have a drop that's like 1%. And so to get like this sword, you need one thing, and you gotta kill him like 10 times, 50 times to fucking get that. Not literally 50, but, well, I don't know.
A lot.
I guess it's up to the RNG, but...
RNG...
Yeah. But...
I love RNG.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
RNG is
I
like
like
my favorite thing.
Yeah.
That way you can't just get it just by killing one.
Exactly.
I mean, I guess you can. You just
you
gotta
could.
get super lucky.
Yeah, you could get lucky enough. Well, not really with Monster Hunter. The monster's only gonna drop so much stuff each time. So you still won't get everything he could drop every single time. So if you capture him instead of kill him, I think you do get more of certain things. And I think there are specific things you can only get if you capture versus kill. But it's not much harder. In fact, it's easier because it's less fighting with the monster and more fighting to a certain point than trapping. But it's good shit. But
It's a Monster Hunter World, you said?
yeah, Monster Hunter World. Monster Hunter in general, but Monster Hunter World is the most recent one. But it's just, I don't know, man. I've always loved RPGs though. We've talked about it before, and eventually we're gonna talk about it as a central topic for for a podcast episode. But I'm really quickly going to, throw out the fact that we wouldn't have RPGs without tabletop RPGs, such as Dungeons and Dragons and stuff. They came first, but that's how you get the whole damage system in role-playing games, is an RNG thing out of a certain amount, like out of 20. So that's basically like the game rolling a d20 for you to see how much damage and stuff you do. Then it adds modifiers and stuff like that. So we wouldn't have those games without tabletop RPGs. So shout out to that. We already did an episode on tabletop RPGs, so go back if you haven't watched that. But anyways, to bring it back, what game have you guys played recently or seen recently that you're super interested in that's an RPG? Like, what would be your favorite RPG right now, or at least the one you're looking forward to if you don't have a favorite right now?
Baldur's Gate 3.
Baldur's Gate 3?
That's what I'm waiting for.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be fun since they're implementing like more of a D&D aspect to the game now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
So
definitely getting closer to it.
it's kind of hitting like both worlds for me because I love Divinity too,
Yeah.
but I wish they had more D&D in it, and that's what Boulder Gate's kind of leaning towards. It's like Divinity, but it has more D&D,
Yeah.
and I'm really pumped for that.
Yeah, it actually has a dice roll. Like,
Yeah, I see. That's what I love too,
the
because you're like,
animation.
oh, I have a like on Divinity, you're like, oh, I have a 90% chance of hitting them. Most likely you're gonna hit them, but on Boulder's Gate, you can have a 99% chance of hitting it, but if you rolled a
Still
natural
miss that
one, you
motherfucker.
miss. And I
Yes.
love that. I love that. It
Oh,
reminds
yeah.
me of so much of D&D. It's my
Oh
favorite.
yeah. We'll
Definitely play that when it comes out.
Oh, yeah.
definitely ready for that.
I'm so excited for that fucking. Oh. And right now we're playing Divinity, for those that don't know, and that's made.
Yeah, we're running through Divinity again.
Yeah, it's made by the same studio that's making Baldur's Gate 3. They didn't make Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, but they're making Baldur's Gate 3. And it looks really similar. It works a lot like similar. Works very similar. Except, like they said, more D&D stuff. But, as far as games that are currently out right now, would that be your favorite RPG that's out, Divinity?
Yeah, probably.
What about you, Symphus?
What was it?
What would Divinity be your favorite RPG that's actually out right now? Or you got something else? Is RuneScape still biting at your heels, man?
I don't know. I put a lot of hours into RuneScape.
Oh, I know.
Because, I mean, there's RuneScape 3, and they brought back old school RuneScape.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, old school RuneScape's good.
Yeah.
But, man, I just like... like, old school RuneScape is so grindy compared to the RS3. RS3 is so easy to, like, level up. I don't have to grind as much, and I don't know.
Yeah.
It would be between RuneScape and Divinity 2 right now.
Okay. So, in the future, for RPGs, I know our answer is VR most of the time, but what do you think? What do you think's the proper evolution of
I
RPG
actually
games?
wouldn't say VR for this.
You don't think so?
No, just because I think just the way you have to play it,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't see it much as a VR game. Just because it's like VR is made for like just hand-to-hand combat, hit, you know.
Well, I
in
would
that
say
kinda
that's
way.
most RPGs.
Well, not like, but it's. I don't know. It's just more.
To play devil's advocate, I would say. I mean, I see what you're saying, and I think I agree. But to play devil's advocate here, I think. I mean, I could see VR being the proper evolution still, because at the root of role playing games is role playing, and what is a better way to role play than be the character? Everything you do, people react to in the game, and that affects the game and affects your role. And on top of that, there's already sword fighting games and stuff like that, and magic using games and stuff in VR. If they just perfect those things, why
Yeah,
couldn't
but
that be the evolution?
well, I think it's
If VR was a little bit more like...
it's just the combat aspect of VR or of RPG games and stuff like that. I just don't see. I don't see him being VR being a big thing for him. Because like when you think of RPG, it's like hit, 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 hit. You know.
Oh, you're
and
thinking
VR,
turn-based.
yeah, like turn-based RPGs. You know,
Yeah.
well, just about. Not really just. Well, no, not even just turn-based. I mean, like RuneScape. for an example, I guess, it's not
Well,
turn-based per
It's
se.
based on
MMOs
tick
are
tick rate.
yeah, MMOs are a hard one to compare it to because MMOs have a lot to do with tick rate and server and stuff like that, but they also have a global cooldown. Almost every single one of them, not all of them. Black Desert Online doesn't, but a lot of them have a global cooldown. So any attack I use right now, before I can use them, there's still about a half a second to a second before I can attack again. That's only in MMOs, really, and then turn-based RPGs as well. But when you come down to Diablo, Skyrim, any Elder Scrolls game, Black Desert Online, even though it's an MMO, but still the way they use combat and everything like that, and a lot of games like that, Final Fantasy 15 specifically, that one. There's a lot of RPGs that don't do any kind of you can go without getting hit. And even in D&D, you can do uncanny dodge and all kinds of things that can make it harder for you to hit, even though D&D is turn-based, obviously. But still, when you think of a D&D fight, technically you're supposed to think of it all going down in the matter of a couple minutes. So if you thought about it on a bigger scale there, it wouldn't be turn-based. It just happens to be turn-based. But because of your speed and stuff. But so technically that's not necessary, or not necessarily the truth for an RPG to have that kind of combat system. You could very well, if, and this is only if RPGs were perfected, and I mean they're getting pretty good. Half-Life Alyx is damn good, but
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
like the technology behind that game is insane. Let me just say that.
Is it
But
first person or is it?
it's first person.
I
Yeah,
haven't
you have
watched
to look up
it.
some videos. It's
Oh yeah, you need to look at it. But
it's pretty cool because like there'll be markers on the ground and stuff like that. You can just pick it up and start writing on a window.
yeah,
And that's
They made
also
it. They
another
made it pretty
thing.
cool.
Most RPGs too are also not first person.
Yeah, they
yeah.
would
I
have to
mean,
make it
that's
first
definitely in
person
Elder
if it's
Scrolls
VR.
and Fallout,
Yeah.
and that's definitely a Bethesda
Elder
thing right now.
Scrolls obviously will make it just
Yeah,
because I think they already basically have
yeah. I mean, first
stuff that's
person
already
isn't
Skyrim
the
to it. But
yeah, first person isn't the, like, that's definitely the lesser thing of RPGs right now. It's usually third person or third person isometric, or even there are first person ones out there that still do turn based, but the first person instead. Um, so yeah, first person is definitely less of it. But when you think about it, what is technically the best way to roleplay something is be the character. And
yeah, and that's true. But my thing, well, I mean, there's not really, besides though it's in the name. Obviously, it's
yeah,
playing game. It's like a I just don't really see it in like that kind of a role play
yeah,
game. You know what I mean?
Like the only way I could see like it being perfect is again like how like animes are like the Sword Art
yeah,
Online and stuff like that, where you are actually like pretty much in it. It's not just like you're not swinging controllers around. Like your mind is into the game.
yeah.
That would be the only way I could really see it really popping off.
Mm,
Because then it's like if you walk through like a door like to dungeon or something like that, and there's like a 70-foot boss in front of you, it's gonna look a lot better like that than just seeing it on a screen.
yeah, yeah.
But I mean, of
Exactly.
course, we're nowhere close to that type of VR yet. So
Yeah. See, I think I don't know. I think for the immersion, because RPGs are way more to me about immersion than shooters, or not, maybe not horror games, because horror games you have to be immersed for them to scare you at all. But um, but yeah, to like for an RPG to really, really take hold, because especially single player RPGs, if we go back to single player RPGs, because I would say that the vast majority of RPGs are single player. At least 80% are single player games. Maybe 70% or so. Maybe I'll go down on that. But either way, there's no one, there's no God-given rule that they have to be third person or anything like that.
No, there ain't.
Like Valion said in the chat, that's a standard because of traditional JRPGs, and JRPGs made it really big in like early 90s, late 2000 or early 2000s, late 90s, Final Fantasy and stuff like that, and they were third person. And so now we have the standard of third person. But that doesn't mean they have to be. Because technically, to truly get immersed into a video game, I would say first step is first person. Second step is ambience, sound, stuff like that. Third step, VR. Because now you control 100% of what the character is doing. And you are that character. You're no longer you in that video game. You are your character, especially in VR. So, I don't know. Although I would say I don't want it to evolve that way, so therefore I don't think it will. Because, I agree with you guys. But I still had to throw out the arguments out there, because somebody's got to fight for both sides here, because I think we all agree we don't want them to. But I think there's a decent argument for why that would be the evolution of RPGs. But either way though, what is your guys' like total experience with RPGs? Just tell me some games you've played and experiences and stuff, like good experiences you've had with RPGs. Whether it's RuneScape, whether it's Skyrim, World of Warcraft, any of the ones that you guys have played. What are, like, when you think of playing those games and stuff, what's, like, the fucking thing that comes to your head? It, like, comes to your mind every time.
I think drops. Because it's like even now how RuneScape has it, where you have a percentage or a chance of getting a pet drop, which is a pet that comes from the boss. So if you get it, it's super rare to get. But if you get it, you can insure the pet, and so you'll have like a miniature boss version following you around like wherever you go. I always thought that was pretty cool, but like the chance of dropping something good is always my favorite, because like I'll be there for hours and eventually I'll get a good drop. So one, I either really needed that, or two, I just made a lot of money, so I can sell it and just make all that money back.
Yeah.
So I love the RNG drops. It's harder to get stuff.
What about you, Wally? Like, when we talk about RPGs and stuff, what does that really take you back to? Whether it's one time it's just the first time you opened up a certain RPG, to the first time you beat an RPG or beat a raid on an MMO or this or that,
I think it's just. The most that I've ever had any kind of RPG is 100% RuneScape.
Yeah.
I think it's just the first time getting it where you can wear certain armor is a big part of it. Like grinding till you're able to wear, or like, cause on that game, you gotta have, like, say if you want to wear like rune armor.
Yeah.
You gotta have 40 defense, and like if you want to wear or use rune weapons or whatever, you gotta have 40 strength. So you gotta go and you gotta grind out to get up to that level, and and then I think the first time I ever got over a mil was probably the best thing I remember.
Oh yeah, I was like finally making a lot of money.
Yeah.
Great feeling. Because you're like, oh, I can go buy this. I can go buy whatever now.
Yeah.
I remember this one person. We was fighting the lesser demon in the volcano at Mount Kilimanjaro. And and this random person, like right before they left, dropped like 1 mil and dropped like a full set of rune armor for me to have.
Yeah.
I was stacked in, Jake.
Yeah, just randomly.
Yeah, this random person just dropped a whole bunch of stuff for me. I was like, oh man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, you can run into a lot of people that are dicks on the game, but then you'll also run into a lot of people that are like, "Hey, I got all this money. Might as well help someone else out that just doesn't have as much." Or
Yeah.
you run into a lot of those.
Yeah. I mean, like any fucking multiplayer game, you can have toxic people who are like, oh, you don't have the highest level raid gear, blah, blah, blah. And then you're going to run into people who are like, oh, you're new to the game? Here, let me help you out. Here's like 2,000 gold, or, however much is a big amount in that game. 2,000 gold, and
Definitely
I'll show
not
you the
2,000.
best shop and stuff like that. What'd you say?
So definitely not 2,000 gold.
Yeah. But,
That ain't shit.
well, I
That's,
thought it was a lot
2,000
on
gold is
World of
pretty
Warcraft.
decent on WoW, I guess.
Yeah.
Not for RuneScape. RuneScape, if you're around like the 40 mil mark, then you're setting pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess it depends on if you're playing RS3 or old school RuneScape.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna start at Simphis with this one. I don't know how many you've played. We'll say we'll do 5. Top 5 RPGs.
Fuck, man.
I
You're
mean,
talking
we've,
wrong people for this, homie.
I mean, he's
Yeah.
he's,
I
he's
haven't-
already
I've-
brought up about 4.
Haven't played a whole lot.
We've talked collectively just now about 5 or 6 that you guys have experience with.
So of course we got oh yeah, I didn't even think about it. Fallout.
Yeah, I said Fallout.
Yeah,
Really.
Fallout.
I actually
So
I've never played Fallout.
it's a good game. I'd definitely get in that for you.
You've never played Fallout?
Nope, never.
Not a single time.
Never played it.
Not the old Fallout. Not Fallout 3.
Never played it.
Jesus Christ, man! I can't believe that. That's hard. That's literally hard to believe.
Just
Yeah.
never gotten into playing it.
Of course, I guess you were more. You played. Well, you still do that. You still primarily only play games with other people.
I have played. If you count, would you count Shadow of Mordor an
Yeah.
RPG?
Yeah. That's 100% RPG.
Shit, sorry. Like I said, y'all's definitions. My definition of RPG is different, I guess.
No, that's it. That's an RPG. That's you level up on there and you get skills and stuff like that. Fallout, or not Fallout, Far Cry is an RPG technically. You have skill trees on Far Cry 3 and I think 4 and 5.
I played Far Cry Primal.
Yeah, you have skill trees on there.
Yeah, I played that one.
That's an RPG. They're just not. When you think of RPGs, you're very
I
obviously.
think of like fucking
thinking-
Divinity. And
Yeah, you're thinking of turn-based,
shit like that.
traditional RPGs.
Yeah.
RPGs are way more than that now. Destiny is an MMO RPG. Pretty hardcore one. You have to grind on there. Pretty
Oh
hardcore.
yeah, me and Taylor know a lot about fucking grinding on Destiny. You
Yeah.
got no idea on that
Good.
one.
Yeah, that
Fallout,
first
Skyrim.
one. And we spent hours sitting at like this one spot because there's a cave where a bunch of enemies spawn at, and we'll sit back
Oh,
like
the loot
100
cave?
yards.
Yeah.
You guys talking about the loot cave in the first one that was like broken
Yeah,
until they
yeah.
patched it?
Yeah, we would sit there for hours just killing them and getting like better gear sitting there.
Exactly. But yeah, that's an RPG. Fallout, Skyrim, Pokemon, Divinity, Baldur's Gate.
I think
Diablo.
we
Wow.
even have I think I have a video on like one of our Xboxes,
Mhm.
but it's like a bunch of us in Destiny. You know how because that lobby, like everybody sits at like where they can buy equipment and everything.
Yeah.
Like we're all sitting in a circle and like people would jump up and start dancing and like that stuff. Then like other people, like
Everybody
man,
was
we
doing
had
that.
like the whole lobby dancing on
God
just
damn
like
it.
one spot.
Man, I kind of like I hated Destiny
I played Destiny
just
2.
because
So
I haven't played Destiny 2.
Yeah, I just
It's
put
better.
Only
first one.
because of Destiny 1.
it's better than the first. I know the general idea is this game sucked, so I won't play the sequel. But the idea should be this game sucked, so when the sequel comes out, I should play that one
Well,
because it'll be better.
It wasn't more that the game. I liked the game. The game was fun. It's just they didn't. It was way too fucking repetitive.
Yeah, you would run through like the same maps to get to new maps, and I I didn't like that part.
Not even that, but like after you beat the game, and then you got your raids that you do that you can do once a week and get the chest and shit out of.
Yeah,
your
and you
weeklies
have to
and
do
your
them or you
dailies.
get fucking left behind because
Yeah.
no one wants to go back and do the old raids. They just want to do the new raids to get even better.
Well, that's the
equipment.
thing. They didn't have a new raid for months and months after the game came out.
Yeah, they would
Yeah,
That's
release
what
raids with expansions,
that's
and
what
expansions would
yes.
take half the fucking year.
And that's what fucking got me turned off on it so bad is
Yeah.
that I just got tired of. I mean, we had a group of us. It was me, Taylor, Mavs, and a guy called Filthy Soap.
Filthy
yeah,
Frank?
No, Filthy Soap.
Damn it. Okay.
Shut
yeah. It was.
Full of shit.
I mean, we would spend hours on
I
like
mean,
trying to beat the
it was
raids and
like
stuff.
at least it was every Tuesday
Yeah.
we would
Yeah.
get on and do the raid,
Mhm.
and then somebody else would hop on and be like, "Hey, I haven't done this raid," and we're like, "All right, let's run it again." And then somebody would be at work or at school or something, and
Yeah.
they would leave, and then he'd hop in and we do the raid with him, and then we do a raid with another person, and we probably literally did the raid every day for like a month or two straight, like literally
Yeah.
every day, and it just got
I mean,
doing the
once you
same
got the
thing.
equipment, you're just waiting for the next raid to come out, and
Yeah.
I think
there's no
it's
point even playing at that point until
Yeah.
it comes out.
I think it's interesting that you guys brought that up, the repetitiveness, because I didn't think about it now. I don't think people understand how off the cuff our podcast is. We don't. I used to plan this out in the first 3 or 4 episodes, but I have ADHD, so I got hyper like fixated. It's either I don't focus or I focus too much, and I got hyper fixated on stuff early on, and like on making things super fucking focused and stuff. So I just don't plan it anymore. We pick topic and that's it. We literally picked this
And
topic today.
I love it.
And I love Jesus. But,
I mean, we're still talking about
yeah,
we're talking
but
about Destiny, so
yeah, those are called dailies, weeklies. If you don't like them, then you shouldn't play MMORPGs. Yeah, he's got a
I
point.
know.
That's a thing with MMOs. But that's what I was about to say. Repetitive stuff, I think, is the only thing. Like, you could have a really, really good RPG, and that's the only thing I still hear people really, really bag on RPGs, especially MMOs, but RPGs in general, is repetitiveness. Because at some point, unless it's super linear, like Final Fantasy X, where, you never go back to a certain place, but if it's non-linear or something like Skyrim or this and that, eventually it's going to get to a point that quests repeat themselves, kind of.
Oh, yeah.
They're generally about the same. And that, I think, is the only thing holding RPGs, like, truly
And
back right now.
I 100% agree with you. Destiny
Yeah.
was a great game. When it first came out, man, we played the shit out of it, and I love the game.
Yeah.
But it's just the repetitiveness.
And-
yeah, I think if because I mean this is back when we were on console when we was playing Divinity, the first one, and I think if there was just more stuff to do, like because we were limited, because once you did everything, you're literally just waiting for the next like update. I think if they just had more stuff for us to do, more items to get, it would have been a lot better for
Which,
me.
granted,
I
that's
probably would have played it more.
in all reality, that's asking a lot.
I was.
We're not
Oh, yeah.
saying
That's
we're
what I
not
mean,
saying we're being fair. It's
Yeah.
we're being completely unfair. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
It-
but I got super bored of it because I just kept waiting. Then eventually I just like I don't feel like waiting anymore. I'll just go play something else.
I think it's a little odd though. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna call you out here for a second, Wally. I think it is a little odd, and I don't actually mean this negatively, just so everybody in chat understands and stuff. I don't actually mean this in a negative way, but it's odd that you don't like Destiny because of its repetitive nature. But all RuneScape is.
oh, I
repeating
fucking
the
hate
same
RuneScape
things.
because
Oh yeah, it fucking
I
sucks.
fucking hate grinding RuneScape. I'm not gonna say here that I like sitting there fucking doing smithing for fucking 3 hours straight. I hate
Yeah.
the fucking shit.
It
Like I
just-
completely hate it.
It
That
struck
like
me.
literally I quit playing RuneScape because I get tired of doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah,
It
because
struck
there's
me
like
while
certain
Taylor
quests
was
you have to
talking.
do, and you have to have like certain levels and
Oh
skills.
no, you can ask
It
Taylor. We'll be sitting there
sucks.
playing. I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking tired of doing this shit. I'm done.
Yeah, we would go kill like blue dragons or something. And then after a little bit, he's like, "Yeah, I'm done."
After like 2 hours, I'm like, yeah, I'm getting fucking tired of this. I gotta go do something. No, and I I fucking hate it. I don't like doing that shit.
Yeah. What's
But I
yeah.
just do it just because I don't know, just because I like making myself miserable, I guess.
What's weird about that though, like really, is that like MMORPGs are super repetitive because they have to be, because to
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
people interested they have to throw out daily and weekly things for people to do, new things for
See,
people
that's
to
the.
do.
I mean, and I get it. Like I said, we're working a lot, and it's hard, and it's
Yeah.
a lot of shit to. I mean, to get first off, our MMORPGs or RPGs in general. I mean, usually maps are huge,
Mm-hmm.
and it's
Yeah.
a big game.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like they can just keep coming out. Like when they
Yeah, they're
come
some of
out
the
with new
biggest
stuff,
games, I would say.
exactly. Whenever they come out with new stuff, it ain't like something little. I mean, it's fucking huge.
Oh
So
yeah,
I
it's
mean, I
huge.
know
That's
I
60-hour
understand they gotta
campaigns.
exactly. I understand that they gotta work on it and shit like that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I know I'm just being a little bitch and complaining about shit.
No, I mean I'm not aiming that at you though. I'm saying
Oh no, I
that's
get it.
that's weird though, because that's the only thing holding them back. But the more open they get, like Elder Scrolls, like take Divinity, super linear. You can only do so much in a given place, and then you got to
Oh
go
yeah,
on.
Elder Scrolls got fucking
And
boring
Elder
too.
Scrolls is super open, and it has an infinite quest generator in it. And now that boils down to, after you beat everything in the game, the Thieves Guild and the other guilds are still gonna throw go steal this or go kill this guy quests at you, and that's infinite quest generation to them.
Yeah, but I mean, it's all the same shit. It's
Yeah,
just they
but
name them different people and
it's weird to me because those specifically, the more open it gets, the more repetitive it gets. And I don't know why. It shouldn't be that way. Because logic says the bigger something is, the more options that are in something, you should repeat less. But that's not the way it is with games. And ultimately, that boils down to how creative is the team behind it. And how much time are they willing to sit there and spend money on quest developers and stuff like that who sit there and make new original stories for
oh
each and
yeah,
every
yeah.
quest. And I think that's it's going to be easier to do that in a linear game, because you can say area 1 act 1 whatever, this big island, and there's quests here, and just spread out quests and stuff. But eventually it's done and they have to move on. And but I don't know. It's just I never noticed that before. That the more open it gets, the bigger it gets, the more expansive it gets more repetitive. World of Warcraft and RuneScape and I mean, even Final Fantasy 14 does that eventually. Every MMO does that eventually, to where it's just so expanded that after you beat the new quests and dungeons and stuff, now you've just got to repeat stuff.
Oh, it's just like freaking
And
Diablo now. You know,
yeah.
like my dad freaking plays the shit out of that game, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. Like I play it for I don't know for like freaking like an hour or two, and I'm just like, this is just getting boring
Yeah.
because it's just leveling up your character, and now all I'm doing is looking for drops that are stuff that I need that are higher level than
Yeah.
I'm looking like literally. I've got all the shit on my demon hunter that I've got a demon hunter made, and I've got every piece of armor, weapon, amulet, rings. You know, I've got all the stuff that I need
Mm-hmm.
to be. I mean, it's probably one of the most OP builds that I've fucking ever seen.
Yeah.
But I don't have like in your weapons and like in my quiver, in my chest piece. There's certain pieces that like give you boost. You know, like you get. There's certain pieces that give you boost, and it's just freaking. It's just you're all you're doing is looking for that same piece, just with the certain boosts that you need.
Yeah. Um, See, that poses an interesting question to me now, though. What do you think is, right now at least, with the technology and the way games are made right now, maybe not in the future, because in the future, realistically, they could set up an AI that creates quests, kind of original quests, at least more original than they are now, infinitely. You could technically have that, maybe not infinitely, but a fuck ton. You could have that happen a lot in the future, at least, but they don't right now. So, as of right now, do you think linear is the way to go with RPGs, or do you think open world? Because, like, when you think to it, are you more invested in Divinity when playing through a Divinity playthrough, or are you more invested in Destiny and RuneScape? Like, invested, not just like which one did you put more time into, because obviously it's going to be RuneScape, but which one are you more actually invested, you actually care in about, like, playing it and want to play it actively?
Divinity.
Divinity?
Because it's like, though, because like in Divinity, it's hard to get to like as high as you can get
Mm-hmm.
because you're gonna end the game eventually. And so you can go back, pick something different, and you can go back, pick a different character, and try to build that character up.
Yeah.
And there's a million ways you can build that character.
Mm-hmm.
But when it's open world like that, you just get to a certain point where you're just going through shit, destroying shit, and it just gets to a point where you have a cap that you reach that
Yeah.
you can't get no better at.
Yeah.
And that's to the point where, and that's the thing with Skyrim, and I've heard people say this, is like the only thing that really makes Skyrim fun anymore is if you put mods in it
Yeah.
and just put some stupid random shit in there,
Yeah.
just because you hit a cap where you can't go up from where you're at. You've got everything maxed out.
Yeah. And I think that's I think that definitely, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to piece it together before I actually spew it out here for everybody to hear and see. I think. Okay, so would you both say that our linear RPGs are the way? Like, are the better RPGs?
I enjoy playing them more.
Okay. What about you, Simphus?
Unless it all depends on where you're starting at. Like in game, linear, but like beginning of the game, open world by far.
What about you, Simphus?
Man, I don't even know.
It's a hard question because I didn't think about it till just now. That's the difference between them. Is open world and huge and exciting, but eventually, it's
But
just
once
repeating
you
itself.
see all the world,
Yeah.
it's yeah.
See, that makes me want to go back and say that the proper evolution to me of RPGs is to be MMORPGs, whether it's VR or not, that doesn't matter. MMORPGs, because they're the only ones that expand upon it every so often. If there was just a way they could expand upon it quicker to keep that player base, more into it, expansion after expansion after expansion, instead of, once every few years we throw out an expansion, and that's what keeps you going. That's what keeps you going into it and going back to it. Like when WoW throws out an expansion, everybody goes back for a little bit to check it out, and then if it's good or bad, that depends on whatever. But if there was a way, and it's hard, video game development is fucking hard. I'm not gonna sit here and like bag on them and say that they should put out expansions quicker. They probably can't. But
And I agree with it. I'm just
yeah.
fucking impatient.
But I think that's what the proper evolution of RPGs should be, is MMORPGs, if there was just a quicker way to throw out and make expansions. Because that's the only way, because you've got people who, if they have to wait a year for expansion, they're done. They're not going to play that expansion. They're done. They're done with the game at that point. So, and then you've got people that will go back. So if they made the wait time a few months instead of every year, then those people who have the short attention span, they'll be like, oh, okay, just a few months. Yeah, I'll play it for a few months. Then when a new one comes out, I'll still be playing. So I think that is the true evolution of RPGs, or it should be, but that's a hard thing to accomplish. Anyways, Simphus, I didn't mean to cut you off earlier. What are you thinking about linear versus open world?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't really have an answer for that one.
You're just not sure. I mean, because at the end of the day, Skyrim is technically linear. It's just open world, but you know what I mean.
It's open world.
I mean, yeah, no, it's open world, but I mean the story and the
keep
quest
playing
lines.
the game after the quest is done, then it's open world.
Yeah, well, what I mean by that is like the quest lines are linear. Like if I play the campaign, there's a few things you can change, but generally the outcome is always going to be the outcome.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess that's true, but I'm saying like but it's like, I mean, everything.
Yeah.
The quest line's always going to be linear and everything.
Exactly. Ultimately, Skyrim's going to be open world. I didn't literally mean. I just meant the quests are linear.
Well, I mean, all quests are linear.
Yeah.
I mean, they're always going to end sometime. Like if you count like main quest, obviously.
Yeah. Well, I don't mean necessarily just like linear. There's linear quests and there's branching quests, which is like branching is I go into this one, but instead of helping the hero, I help the bad guy. So that opened up 2 more choices down here. So instead I do that. That's branching. That's not linear. And Skyrim has a couple of those, but generally it's the ending is always going to be the same on Skyrim. But you didn't have to ask 8-Ball that. I would have told you myself, you bastard. But God damn it. But so now I've got to ask this question on any genre episode. On any genre episode, I have to ask it because we're going to have differing views on it because you guys like multiplayer, I like single player. What do you think's better, multiplayer or single player RPGs? Well, not better. Ooh. What do you think is more fun? Better is is something else.
I don't know. I kind of like multiplayer more, just so I can play with friends.
Okay.
It just depends. Like if it's, I like it. If it's like a multiplayer campaign part out of it, then yeah, I like it. But if it's like actually I just have to say multiplayer.
Yeah. So when
like I said, if you're even like Skyrim, you get to the end. If it's a multiplayer, open world.
Yeah. God damn.
I don't know if you want to look at chat real quick.
You son of a motherfucker.
Big dick energy.
God damn it.
You seen how big my feet are?
Yeah, multiplayer is better because I mean, even if it's open, then still multiplayer. You can still do shit, make people laugh. You know.
Yeah. See, I'd rather multiplayer, just so like I don't have to play. Yeah. Fuck you.
God damn it.
I'll be honest with you. It's frustrating not having a 4th person in our podcast here, or 5 people. I guess would be it's a little frustrating because I'm not mad at you guys or anything. Like it's nothing negative, but it's a little frustrating because I can't sit here and argue to you guys that single player games are better.
Because
you can always have more fun with your friends, technically. Well, if you're a social person, I guess
I'd rather play a game with Wally than just play by myself on a campaign.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
and there aren't very many like. I think that like Shadow of Mordor is a great. I love the campaign. The campaign probably one of my favorite campaigns to play. You know.
Yeah.
I love Lord of the Rings, so obviously I'm gonna like it. Far Cry Primal was a great game to play, but it's just I don't know. It's just always more fun to play
Yeah.
multiplayer with somebody
Now,
else.
is it playing the game that's fun with them, or is it just having your friend there and making jokes? Because that also
Uh,
factors in. Because
I
when
mean,
we're
you're
playing
right.
Divinity, if we all just shut up, couldn't talk to each other, and played it together, it probably would be drastically less fun.
I
It
still
would
have
be.
yet to play Divinity 2 by myself. I don't touch that game unless if y'all play it with me.
Yeah, I played
See,
it by
my
myself.
thing is, if we shut up and didn't play together, it would be just as boring as if I played it single player.
See, that's
I
what I'm
just,
saying. So is it the fact that it's multiplayer, or is it the fact that you have your friend and you're making jokes?
well, I mean, that's what multiplayer
Well,
is.
yeah. But what I'm saying is, you could do the same thing with a single player game, you both just sitting down and watching it. It just feels less fun because you're both not playing it. But the game is technically it's technically not the game that's making it more enjoyable. It's the fact that you're playing the game with friends that makes it more enjoyable. So,
I mean, but you can't make that. I mean, that's the whole point of multiplayer, though.
no, I'm not arguing the point of multiplayer at all. I get the point of multiplayer. But what I'm saying is,
I mean, games are good.
yeah.
I'm not saying I mean, if I play the game at all, I like the game.
Now, also, I feel like part of why I prefer single player RPGs over multiplayer ultimately boils down to is I get really into the story when I play it. When you guys play RPGs, single player RPGs, if you've played them at all, or even Divinity or anything, do you guys get invested in the story, or do you not care?
I don't care. I just like playing.
Yeah, I don't know.
If it's
just
strictly
always better
single
to play with
player,
friends.
then I'll get invested into it. But I
Mhm.
mean, if it's got multiplayer onto it, I'm playing multiplayer.
Yeah. Well, I think that's kind of the root of the issue here. Is I've played games like Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy, and I played those before I could play multiplayer games, and so I had to get invested in the story and stuff.
I mean, I've played plenty of campaign games, but
Yeah, but what I'm saying is specifically single player RPG games. An RPG has to have a better story than a shooter. If you guys
Oh,
play a
yeah.
campaign on a shooter, no, I'm not talking about you guys specifically, but in general, the idea to make a the general idea to make a single player RPG good, or a multiplayer or a shooter single player game good, is it's got to have shooty and pretty explosions. That's the campaign for a shooter.
I mean, I love like Modern
Well,
Warfare 2 and their campaign.
Yeah,
just
I'm not
depends,
saying they
man.
can't. I'm not saying they can't have a good campaign, but at the end of the day, shooters.
I think you're right. RPGs are obviously going to have a more in-depth
Yeah, because you're supposed to play
campaign.
that role. You're supposed to fit into
Exactly. I
that
mean,
role.
they're
Fix the
made to be
load.
big, in-depth campaign
Yeah.
games. I mean, that's what
So
RPGs are.
yeah. So what I'm saying out of that is, I think because I started with those kinds of things, and just getting invested in the story in video games, like Kingdom Hearts. I've talked about it before. The first time I played through Kingdom Hearts made me cry, and straight made me cry. First video game to ever make me cry, made me realize that a video game could make me feel those kinds of emotions rather than just happiness that I'm playing a video game.
I have no emotions.
Because I would say that's what
That's
multiplayer
true.
is you're just
I
happy
don't
that
have
you're
any.
playing with your friends and you're playing a video game.
My
You're
only
not.
emotion is mad.
You're not actually invested in the game or the world. It's just that you're both playing the game. So I think that's why I think that's why. God damn it. I think that's
See-
why I think single player RPGs are better than multiplayer is because I found one before I found multiplayer or anything that got me so emotionally invested in it that now I'm super into the
I don't know.
story
It's hard to
elements.
beat. It's hard to beat when Ghost died. Just saying.
That's a tough one. That was a.
And it's hard to beat when
It was good.
when
I'm
soap
not,
when soap died too. That's hard. Like
Yeah.
there's some good arguments. I'm just
yeah.
saying.
Oh, I'm not arguing that they can't be good. I'm just saying
And
that I
you're
think
right.
that's
I
why
think
I like.
when it comes to in depth and I think you're right when it comes to that. RPGs have a far more in depth
Yeah.
campaign, get you more invested into it. Just
Yeah.
because one, it's longer. You got to put more time into it. You
Yeah.
can't, and it don't necessarily have like a set track for you to go down.
Yeah. Well, I'm not arguing whether shooters or RPGs have better stories or anything. What I'm trying to argue is, since I played single player RPG campaigns and stuff like that first and got invested, that's why I prefer single player versus you guys preferring multiplayer. Because you guys had more of an opportunity to get into that at a younger age than I did. I didn't get into that till I was like a teenager. Like multiplayer games.
It was 7th grade, I think. I was 13.
I was older. Before I
It
started
was
playing
probably,
those.
I think I was 13 on the PS3 when we first played Modern Warfare 2, or Modern Warfare, I think. I don't even think that Modern Warfare 2 was out yet.
Yeah.
Dude, Nightbot is shitting all over us.
I got your fix. I got your fix real quick, man.
But
Rip Warden.
get an F in the chat for
There we
Warden.
go.
Oh no, not Big Brother.
Oh, my big brother.
Big Brother got the
To be
time
fair,
out.
Big Brother said gay in chat. And,
Oh, that's true.
yeah.
Bad brother, you know better.
But his was for a different reason. But Warden was for being Warden. If you guys are listening to the audio, man, you gotta check out the you gotta check out the live recording. Sometimes there's stuff going on in the chat that is just obnoxious.
You're missing out. You're definitely missing out. You gotta watch us on Twitch at some time.
Yeah. Whether you guys watch Twitch or live, I don't care if you guys come by and give me a follow or whatever and watch forever.
Just
I'm
come,
just- you
come
guys-
for the fucking entertainment,
Yeah,
man.
you guys definitely
Oh,
need
this
to check
is
us
funny.
out.
You're
over
missing
on
the
Twitter
other part
or
of
Twitch
the
sometime.
missing the other part of the podcast.
But anyways, but yeah. So at the end of the day, I think that's why I prefer
It's all
single
just
player
preference.
RPG and stuff like that. Yeah, it's just, and on top of that, I think it's like you guys when you were growing up here before you guys played multiplayer games. Before you guys played multiplayer games, what did you play? Was it single player shooting games still?
No.
Or was it?
No, I played like Sly Cooper, Jack and Daxter,
Okay.
Madden,
I played,
NCAA,
Yeah, I played a lot of football games. I played
a lot of football games.
skateboarding games. I played
yeah.
That's the difference.
fishing games.
You guys played games for like fun and stuff. I played
Yeah.
video games. They were fun still. Obviously, story games are still very fun, but
I mean, I played Final Fantasy and stuff like that when I was younger too, but I
did
never
you get
beat it because
invested
I
in the
couldn't
story?
fucking beat the part. Huh?
But did you get invested in the story? Like really invested in the story, not just like, oh yeah, like.
I
yeah,
mean, not when
characters.
I didn't play
Nah.
anything when I was that young to.
Yeah, I was too young to really care. I was like, oh, I'm playing a game.
See, I think that's the difference. Is when I was young and playing video games, I was playing video games to sit there and get invested and waste my time on them because like that's why I liked video games. And so I would play Sonic, and I cared what happened to Sonic, and I played platformers and stuff like that too. But I think the objective in platforming and adventure action games and stuff like that is a lot less story oriented and more just fun because the platforming and stuff is fun.
Jesus Christ! What the fuck?
But
Oh, damn.
I didn't even know it could say that.
It can.
Holy
He
shit.
definitely went into the command thing and just changed it to
Oh,
say
that's
that
funny.
for real
That's
quick.
still
It's
funny
good shit though. It's good shit. But imagine we leave the command that way. Anybody comes in, it's like, oh, he's got 8-ball turned on in the stream. Hell yeah! They hit it and it just says "fuck you" every time. But anyways,
Oh.
but since I was getting invested in story and stuff like that, and it was making me actually feel feelings, I think that's why I prefer that. And yeah, so I wasn't trying to argue. I mean, I know
Yeah.
shooters can have a good story.
You're just
so. But
a
I
big
was just trying to
listener
like,
came back in the day, you know.
yeah, I was just trying to figure out what is the difference between us that makes you guys prefer multiplayer games so much to single player.
It's
But-
just fun to play with friends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, but see,
I want it. My big thing is I want to share the experience with somebody.
Well, see, that's why I stream. Because I want
Yeah,
to share
but
the
it's-
experience.
You
I
can
don't-
share it with somebody. I like to share it, like be there with somebody and share it.
I'm gonna tell you every day of the week that if I can play Final Fantasy VII Remake over Valorant, like if I had to choose, I know Simphus wouldn't choose the same, and this isn't on any of you guys. I'm not shitting on the game or any of you guys. I'd always pick Final Fantasy because the story to me is more enveloping than shooty pew pew.
It's more of my competitive nature to go Valorant.
Yeah, and that's also part of it too with a lot
I was
of
saying, I think
competitive
that's also
multiplayer
another big
games.
thing. We just have, I think, our competitive nature may just be a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have that. Like, I don't care to compete. At the end of the day, I'm like,
I don't know. Me and Taylor, it's like if we ain't first, we're fucking pissed.
Yeah.
if we ain't first, we're last. If we ain't
It's
first,
like
we're
if we ain't
pissed.
first, everyone else is dying anyway.
Fuck this game.
God damn it. Anyways, so you guys obviously think multiplayer. You would pick multiplayer RPGs over single player, right?
Oh yeah, all day, every day.
Okay. And I'm not
Because like
I'm not-
if so much stuff can happen. Like
It's definitely more
like there's this
unpredictable
one
with your
time on
friends.
Destiny on the first one. I think I even have it clipped on one of my I think I clipped it on Xbox. But
Yeah.
we're running through like this part of the campaign. Well, Waldy decides to just run in front of me and just like gun it. Then all of a sudden, like one of the big guys comes out, hits Waldy, throws him back like 30 yards behind me. So on my screen, I see Waldy go in, and all of a sudden I see him fly back out, and died or something like that. It was fucking great. I need to find that clip.
Well, we need to find it because I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find that later.
I mean,
but
I get. I
the
mean,
best.
I don't know if Squad would count as an RPG.
I don't think so.
I mean,
there's no level up.
No, there's no level
Yeah,
up.
there's
It
no-
is
there's no
role playing, but
I
there's
don't
no
think
level
there's-
up.
Yeah, there is some role playing in
Yeah,
there.
there's role playing
Yeah.
servers and stuff. I wouldn't say it is because there's no
I
progression
wouldn't either.
systems. Or
But
anything
you know,
like
just
that.
multiplayer and that. There's times that I'll be just sitting there running, and then just get fucking headshotted and drop.
I remember.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
have-
I got the video. Yeah,
We
my
got lots of videos of that.
my very last squad video.
Just
Y'all
don't
can look that up, and the very first part of the video is Waldy running through the field right in front of me, and he just gets smoked in the head by like a
A
sniper.
sniper, dude. Like I
Yeah.
dropped immediately. I was like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah,
It was great.
yeah,
Yeah, it's bad.
yeah. Obviously, it's going to be more unpredictable and crazy. Multiplayer stuff is. Well, I say that. If you got M. Night Shyamalan writing himself a story in a video game, that might be pretty crazy. But
Wait, so could GTA? Right?
GTA has
go.
RPG elements. I wouldn't consider it an RPG.
I mean, you also like level up your strength and
yeah.
like bicycle and all that stuff like
Yeah,
that.
like I said, there's a progression system like an RPG, like RPG elements, but I still wouldn't call that an RPG. There's
Well,
some.
if you count it, we've had some crazy times in that.
Oh yeah, it's been fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it.
I don't know though. I'm sure there's plenty more that you could name that is an RPG, or at least has RPG elements that you're not. RPGs are a big thing nowadays, and like, I mean, you hear games coming out all the time, and people, you know, you go to GameStop or something, you hear people previewing the game, or go to IGN or GameSpot on YouTube, and you hear them previewing the game, and they're like, it's a third-person action-adventure game with RPG elements and blah, blah, blah. I would say most games nowadays have RPG elements. Because, I mean, RPGs are massive. They throw a lot of elements and things into the game that, including just RNG systems and stuff like that, that really, what's the word? Like, really accent the game. Like, I don't know, Call of Duty's fun, but ranking up in Call of Duty, you get better guns and better stuff like that, and you get attachments and everything like that, and that makes it more fun. Ranking up is like leveling up, and that's pretty RPG-ish. Not that Call of Duty is an RPG, it's not, but still. So RPGs are so massive that even in other games that aren't at all considered RPGs, they have RPG elements. They have parts of RPGs. That's how big they are. And they're important. They're very important to gaming. Some of the first games on computer back in the day, before consoles existed and stuff, was those text RPG games where it would come up and say, it's like D&D. It would say, you walk into a cave, you can go left or right, and you type right, hit enter,
Freaking
and
Oregon Trail, baby.
Yeah, that too. So, I mean, they've been around a long time. They're a massive fucking thing. I would say RPGs are one of the single most important video game genres in history.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
ever.
for sure.
Because there's a fuck ton of things you wouldn't have without RPGs. Like, a fuck ton of elements in games that you wouldn't have. And I would say RPGs and platformers are and shooters. Those three things are like the central pillars of gaming. Because platformers, you had Sonic and Mario and those first games. Shooters, you had what was it called? Asteroids or whatever, where you were the ship and you shot asteroids and shit. And then, and that was super early. Then you had Wolfenstein and stuff like that. Or was it called Castle Wolfenstein back in then? Either way, Wolfenstein and shit like that, where that was your first shooter, and then, your first shooter. And then you have RPGs, which is the other trail, I guess, on that, the other branch on that tree, the other pillar, there you go, is fucking RPGs with adding RNG systems and all kinds of shit, dude. Just Castlevania. Oh, no, I was talking about Wolfenstein, not Castlevania, but Castlevania is an old RPG, yeah. You go back, and Castlevania, I think it had RPG elements. I think it had some. Well, I would say it had RPG elements in the way that you progressed by getting extra gear and stuff like that would help you kill the next boss and stuff. So, yeah, even Castlevania, yeah.
I did find the video, if y'all want to see that.
It's
Here you go.
God damn it.
This is Waldy running in front. Man, had to kill those two real quick. But you'll see.
I do not remember this.
Yeah, you'll see Waldy run in front of me to go kill the last one.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Shit.
Waldy just fucking launched behind me. I was like, whoa.
That's funny.
God damn it. But, yeah. So, RPGs are massive. Having said that, is there anything besides Baldur's Gate 3 that you guys are looking forward to in terms
I
of
really don't know what
anything
all
RPG
else
related?
is coming out.
I mean,
Baldur's
Like I
Gate's
said,
my main one.
there's that,
You've said it, and we all say it. We don't play a lot of RPG games, so.
Elder Scrolls 6 is coming out in the future.
Oh, yeah. How did we forget about that?
That'd be interesting.
I mean, we've
I
been
mean,
talking about Skyrim.
I'll play
all
that
day.
one.
I don't know why I didn't even think of the new Skyrim. Man, I'm ready for the new Skyrim to come out. For sure.
I like that nobody calls it the new Elder Scrolls anymore. And I'm not bagging on you. A bunch of people say the new Skyrim. They don't say the new fucking Elder Scrolls anymore. They forgot the surname, or the first part of the name. They don't give a shit about that anymore.
Well, it's because Skyrim just
Skyrim's the really big one that
just
launched them.
came out so big and has just lived up to it. It came out with the hype, lived to the hype, and now it's like the epitome of Elder Scrolls. It's fucking Skyrim.
Yeah, there's that. There's, like I said, the Final Fantasy VII remake. There's there's that, what is it, George R.R. Martin and fucking Guillermo del Toro both working on the same fucking RPG video game coming up and it's being made by the From Software guys that make Dark Souls and Demon Souls, Bloodborne and stuff like that. That's a pretty big fucking project. George R.R. Martin, Game of Thrones, Guillermo del Toro, anything made by Guillermo del Toro. I mean, that they're both fucking massive names, and they're both teaming up on a fucking game? That's insane. Or maybe they're making separate games. One of the two. I think they're both on the same game, though.
He could have muted his mic.
What is he doing?
Why did you mute it?
Was he pissing?
Yeah, I heard the toilet flush. I was like, what the fuck? Why did you mute the mic?
Oh, I thought I moved my mic high enough.
Why did you just mute it?
Well, I thought I moved it up high enough. I guess I did.
Did you walk in there with your mic on?
Huh?
Did you walk in there with your headset on?
Yeah, so I could listen.
Oh, boy.
That's what I thought I heard something, but I wasn't sure, and I was just trying to ignore it. God damn it. I can't edit that out because I was talking over it. God damn
I mean, you know, I even tried to hit the side a little bit.
You didn't do the silencer.
You know, I figured if I could hit the side, maybe it wouldn't be too bad. But then I started running out, so it just kind of...
Jesus Christ. If you guys in chat, if you have any RPGs or anything like that you want us to give our opinions on or anything like that, or just any RPG experiences, tell us in the chat now. And, you know, we'll discuss that. But yeah, so there's a lot of RPGs coming out. So is it still just Baldur's Gate 3 that you're excited for?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
For sure.
What do you guys, really quick, just to hit the rumor mill real quick, the rumor that pops up every fucking 3 months, World of Warcraft 2, what do you think about it?
I played World of Warcraft, and I gotta say I'm not really a big fan of it.
What about you?
It's not my cup of tea.
Yeah, I don't care too much about it.
Okay. I don't
Oh
really
yeah,
care
we
too
forgot
much.
Fable.
Oh yeah, we talked
Oh, they're
about
coming
Fable
out with a new
before,
Fable?
No, I just
Oh.
Fable RPG.
Don't get your
Oh
hopes
yeah,
up.
we played a
think
lot
that-
of Fable too.
Actually, I think they are developing a new one, but still.
I'd be down to
Yeah.
get it. I mean, just like a few months ago, I played some Fable
There we go.
back on the Xbox because it's free to play right now on Xbox Game Pass.
I'm gonna keep preaching to you guys though to really go out there and try Kingdom Hearts at some point. 'Cause
I
I'm telling
played
you,
it.
Did
Yeah.
you beat it?
No, I didn't
If you
beat
play
it.
it
but I
and get
played it.
invested in the story all the way through
I mean,
the
I
end
was young
of the first
when I
game.
played it.
Okay. Well, if you play it and then beat it, go all the way through the first game, I'm telling you, that game's gonna make you feel some feelings that you haven't felt in a video game before. Whether it's a little dick tingle or no, I'm kidding. It's not gonna make you feel that. They're all underage. God damn it.
Oh,
I'm
damn.
telling you, man, we're gonna get
We
the
got 'em,
FBI
boys.
on us one of these days, motherfucker. Whoop, whoop. I want to get a sound.
Boys, we got them.
I need to.
Yeah,
put
no,
that
I've always wanted
specific
to
clip
get
on
one.
it. Yeah.
Just
I
like
have empty spaces on here, like spaces that I only put stuff on here just to have them, but I need to put some sounds on here.
You
Okay.
need to put that on there.
We're not getting any more feedback around RPGs and stuff in the chat, so I'm gonna take that as a sign that we're gonna end on a high note real quick. But so
You're talking about getting your dick tingled in underage video games?
I mean, well,
that's
hey,
a bad way to end it.
hey man, that's a great way to end it. That's the best way to end this fucking thing
Oh, Jesus.
before it gets worse. What are you talking about? I mean, I didn't mean to say.
I think you just saying that it was the best way to end it just made it worse.
Best way to end this.
I didn't mean the best way. I meant the worst way to end it, but the best possible time to do it. Big Brother, there's a points panel. Look at this. What did I tell you?
Oh,
don't even tell him.
There's a
Don't
points
even tell
panel
him.
below the stream, Big Brother, that says while the podcast is happening, if you redeem points, you wasted the points. You won't get a refund on your points or anything.
We don't do the points during a
Yeah,
podcast.
we
Yep.
don't
It's
do
just during a normal stream.
that. What the fuck? He's pissed. But hey.
Get fucked.
Man, you gotta read those panels, bro. Show me 10 sit-ups. You can go to yesterday's stream, and I did 20 sit-ups, and I think through the whole stream, like 60
Probably did
push-ups.
you did a lot of fucking push-ups, homie.
I did 10 super early on, and then you guys came in with, like, I think 50 more by the end of it. But, yeah. Anyways, so thank you guys for listening to this episode. Remember to hit follow on whatever service you're listening to us on, sub, follow, whatever. Share it around to your friends and whoever else might be interested. I don't care if it's an old man at the gym that just really likes video game shirts and you go up to him with your phone and say, listen to this, old man. That's fine. But do whatever you can to try to get us out there. Again, I mean, we're doing pretty decent on listens and stuff, but still, I'm gonna hit it again. We've hit this point before.
Word of mouth.
Word
That's
of
the
mouth.
best way to get it out there. Word
Yes,
of
sir.
mouth.
Preach it. Word of mouth is the best way to spread a podcast. Still no clue why, but it is. Anyways, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. But thank you guys for listening. Remember to hit follow and all that stuff. You can find us on any social media. Well, you can find me on any social media under Zenith Darksky, except for on Saturdays on Twitch. Saturdays on Twitch, I'm streaming now on Prima Games Twitch channel. My Saturday Night Fright stuff has been moved to their channel on Saturdays at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. Be sure to come check that out. And you can catch all my other social medias, though, on Zenith Darksky in some form. I mean, I even have a LinkedIn. Don't try to connect with me on LinkedIn. That's not what it's for. But I even have a LinkedIn. So if you could type Zenith Darksky in it and search, I'm probably there. Anyways, Bearded Moors, you can catch him on Twitter or Twitch. Are you streaming again?
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
back.
He's back.
He's
back.
back. Bearded
I'm
Moors. Bearded. Please, God, don't make me spell that for you, because you should know how that's spelled. But Bearded Moors. M-O-R-S.
M-O-R-S.
That's right. Oh, I thought he looked like he was fucking raring up for a, like, scream or something. I was ready for. You can catch Simphus on YouTube and Twitch. His videos on YouTube and on his Twitch. He streamed, I mean, this man streamed 21 of 30 days in the last 30 days. So you can catch this man on Twitch damn near any day of the week. All right.
I'm gonna stream every day.
Yeah,
I did take like
right.
a 2-day break though.
Yeah, well, that's okay. Sometimes you need a break. But Simphus, Cenfuss, type it in, hit the follow button, do it, and then give me some sit-ups. But
Damn.
anyways, again, thank you guys. We really do appreciate all the listens and stuff like that. I'm just gonna hit it real quick. Feedback. Give us feedback. Give us topic ideas, feedback on any of our social medias. I don't care if you come on my Twitch chat right when I'm getting off and shout at me, do this! God damn, give us some feedback. But also rate us wherever you're listening. Anyways, that'll be it for this episode of the Dark Sky Gaming Podcast. Thank you guys very much, and we'll see you in the next one.
Peace. Technically, the podcast is over. I'm just saying.
What are you talking about?
What?
Technically, the podcast is over.
Oh, for
no.
sit-ups and push-ups. And shit. No, we got the little post-show thing here for a second. Unless you guys are just absolutely done and fucking getting out of here.
I'll rate this with my dick.
Rate this with my dear. God damn it. That's my brother, and I'd like to say he's a very well esteemed, very, very highly esteemed man. He tries to hold himself, to a certain degree of quality.
Every once in a while, you just gotta throw out a dick out there,
And this man comes out of nowhere with fucking, I'll rate it with my dear. God damn it. Okay. Anyways, you guys got anything you want to scream about or talk about? He just wants to make noises. You got anything to talk about or anything?
Let's see.
Shout out to Simphus and Rocket League. We can scream at Nightbot. God damn it. I feel like the whole time... He didn't say anything during the whole Nightbot thing. So I feel like Valion, all he was doing right there, was slowly descending into madness to where he could finally throw out a dick joke without feeling like he... Oh, there you go. There's a party now. Yeah. All right.
Get these set up, see if I can stream.
If you
with
have
my
epilepsy, do
mod
not
off.
watch the stream. I say that now, like our fucking screens haven't been lighting up green the whole fucking time. But
Oh yeah.
anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I got videos to cock
Oh,
gargling
Jesus
my
Christ.
Goddamn. I got videos to edit. I got Minecraft and shit to edit. And then this to edit as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. No sit-ups, man. Until I change that name, bro, in that category, this is the Dark Sky Gaming Podcast right here, brother. I ended the stream between the Friday night special thing and this stream. All right. But feel free. Well, my points won't be on Prima Games. Feel free on Monday to come into my stream. Change the stream name. It's still Dark Sky Gaming Podcast. It's a post show. But feel free to come in Monday and make me do your push-ups and sit-ups. God dang it, bro.
Yeah, fix
But,
that.
I need
the
a
fucking
phone.
Porygon episode of Pokemon that got banned everywhere. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Simphus, are you gonna stream? Or Bearded? One of you two gonna stream?
No idea.
Well, if you do, you better hurry up and start that shit. So I can give you all this dick.
Snap.
You want this
Simphus
dick
better
live
stream.
on stream?
Bet you won't.
I mean, I can stream.
Well, if you're just not feeling passionate about it, man, then don't do it.
I was debating on what I wanted to play if I was streaming.
Well, Big Brother right there wants you to play Rocket League. Oh. Hey, boss, shut that shit down.
Guess you ain't streaming, buddy.
God damn it. Hold on, guys. In the chat. I can't show you the Discord, alright? It
Why
gets
not?
downright fucking nasty in there.
That's the other part you are missing.
That's the Patreon exclusive recording I have going in the background. Anything that goes up on Discord. Where's my microphone? There we go. Properties, listen. There we go. I'm back in it, baby.
Hit that Discord button real quick.
No. I've got it. I've switched to my Discord now. We're all good. Alright, so you gonna stream?
Should I stream?
So sad I can't contribute to Discord text chat. It's just fucking stupid memes, man. It's nothing worth
People
it.
said no.
A-Ball said no, man. It
That
did.
is true.
He got a point. He said no.
I guess that's a no.
Alright. Okay, I'm gonna get out of here, boys.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Alright. For those of you in the chat, we're gonna raid. I was gonna raid Simphus if he's gonna stream, but he's not streaming. So we're all Gucci Mane. I'm gonna leave you guys with some good music here. I like these guys. They're not streaming anymore. Not leaving you with good music. I mean, he looks very, very into what he's doing, but we're not gonna leave you with him because I don't know about him. We're gonna leave you with Sound Like a Dude. Sound Like a Dude's fantastic. I've rated her plenty of times. give her some love and fucking hit those follow buttons, man. I've never had a raid come out where everyone like hits the follow button and all kinds of shit. So hit that follow button on her if you don't mind when I raid her here. And you know, if you got the emote, if you don't, you got to sub to get the emotes to me. But if you got the emotes, by George, spam the hop and raid emote over and over and over and over till she's just plumb sick of it. Don't do that. But, you know, hit the emotes and stuff in chat. Yell raid at her and everything. Thank you guys for watching Darksky Gaming Podcast today. It'll probably help you if I activate the camera. But, yeah. Cock meta. Jesus Christ. But, yeah. So, anyways, hit her with follow and stuff like that. I hope you guys enjoy her stream. She's fantastic. She's super nice chick. We try to help each other out as much as we can. And so I just appreciate it if you help me help her. But anyways, I'll see you guys on tomorrow. I'll see you guys tomorrow on Prima Games. Hopefully, I hope you guys come over to Prima Games, their channel. Just type in Prima Games, one word on Twitch here. Like so, right there. I've typed it. And you click on that, you go to their thing, it's a big P, that's their symbol, you go in there, I'll be streaming, and man, we're gonna have a good time playing Resident Evil 3, man. Yes, I bought it, and yes, we're starting it on that stream. It's gonna be a good ass time. Anyways, thank you guys again, and I'll see you guys, some of you guys tomorrow, the rest of you Monday.
My friend.
We're already in the ring.
Thank you for that raid. What's up, dude? Give you a quick shout here.
Cute.
What? Hello, Warden. Thank you for that follow. Doing your podcast. How was the podcast?
Yo, we should def check out that
Thanks for that follow, friend. Welcome to the stream.
Cute.
Hey, big brother.